We didn't get our scouting report this week, but we are going to get our keys to the game on all three phases, Nick.
Yeah, for sure. So defensively, I mean, honestly, it starts with Flowers, Henry, and Lamar, and we're going to try to limit the explosive plays as much as possible. Tackling and swarming to the football is going to be important. And then offensively, when we get the ball down into the red area, we got to take advantage of those opportunities, scoring opportunities, and when the big play presents itself, for those chunk plays, we got to hit them when they're there. And then see if we make a play in a kicking game. We played pretty good all year in a kicking game. See if we can steal a possession or two in a kicking game, one way, shape, or form. But it's a good environment, good football team, but team's ready to go, so we can go out there and play good football today.
Listen to those keys, people. They're going to come true. Trust me. Nick, appreciate it. Thank you, my man.
Thanks, Johnny. Appreciate you.
All right, that's Nick Caserio with John Harris. Thank you, fellas, for that conversation. We should point out before we get into the keys to this game today for the Texans that it has gone final up in Pittsburgh. Disappointing Christmas for those Steeler fans up there as the Chiefs come in and they wallop the Pittsburgh Steelers today 29-10. This is a game that was 13-7 at the half, and then the Steelers just got boat raced in the second half.
And if you're looking for hey, maybe that makes you feel a little bit better about the way the game went for the Texans on the road last week against the Chiefs, but also if the Texans want to get a 3 seed, you want the Steelers and the Ravens to lose as much as possible. One of those two things has already been taken care of. Now the Texans have a say in whether or not the Ravens win today.
Absolutely. If the Texans win today, they're 10-6. The Ravens are 10-6, and the Steelers are 10-6. So they're tied with all three of those teams.
So with the game today, look, the Texans defense has been the strength of this team this year, and special teams. The offense has struggled at times, pretty frequently actually. Today, it's got to be the defense. The defense has to put on a show, and they've been very, very good at home. The crowd noise helps that pass rush out a lot. But the big challenge really is that Kamari Lassiter is probably going to be playing slot now that Jimmy Ward and Jalen Petrie are both out. That means Jeff Okudah is going to be playing as the outside cornerback. It's been a strength of this defense that both your cornerbacks, when they're out there, have been playing very, very well. That changes up a little bit today. So maybe Kamari Lassiter is able to make some Jalen Petrie type, Jimmy Ward type plays out of that position. I think he'll be just fine in coverage. It's just a shuffled up secondary today.
How do you feel about the Texans' defensive front against this Ravens run game and against the offensive line?
I feel good about them physically, but the challenge in defending the run against the Ravens isn't as much about beating the offensive line. It's about staying really disciplined, especially when they're running those zone reads. Lamar Jackson it's hard to ignore Lamar Jackson as a runner.
Yeah.
And defensive ends get put in that bind of having to try to pick the running back or the quarterback, and you just got to be really dialed in and focused on making the right decision.
How about keys offensively for the Texans today against the Ravens?
Offensively, really, there's two things. One, pass protection, which has improved over the last few weeks. They haven't improved in the run game like I'd like, but I think in pass protection, they've been much more solid. And then CJ's down Tank Dell, and that's a challenge for CJ. The receivers really need to step up. You know, Dalton Schultz needs to be the best version of Dalton Schultz. These younger guys like Xavier and Mechie, they've really got to make some big plays. And then maybe Joe Mixon gets involved as a receiver more so than we've seen him as well.
Kate Stover active today, by the way, so the Texans will have their full complement of tight ends in this game. Important in both the running and the passing game for the Houston Texans today. I'll throw special teams in there as well. Kicking game specifically. These are two of the kickers with reputation-wise, two of the best in the league. Jaime Fairbairn struggled of late, and Justin Tucker has struggled all year. We'll see what happens if it comes down to a kick at the end of the game. All right, we are done out here outside the stadium. We will send it up to Mark Vandermeer, Andre Ware, and John Harris on the call. It's the Houston Texans and the Baltimore Ravens. Christmas Day football live from NRG Stadium after this word from your local station.
It's the best time of the fantasy year, the fantasy football playoffs. Whether you're in a position to take down the crown or if you're on to daily fantasy, the only place to turn is Fantasy Sports Radio. Get started weekday mornings with Roto Baller Radio at 6, followed by Fantasy Football Morning presented by Fantasy Points at 7, and then me, Jeff Ratcliffe, at 9. I'll deliver you the best hip-hop tracks and fantasy football insight and analysis before ready lose. Fantasy Sports Radio has you covered with myself, Jeff Ratcliffe, RotoWire Fantasy Sports Today, Fantasy Alarm, and so much more. Fantasy Sports Radio Channel 87 and on the SiriusXM app, where fantasy football championships are won.
Hear that? Holiday spirit is soaring on the SiriusXM app. With with exclusive seasonal specials from Jimmy Fallon.
Thank you so much for listening. I love this time of year.
Christmas Queen, Mariah Carey. Every Monday, deck the halls with a little bit of me. Pentatonics and more.
That's Christmas to
Plus
me.
over 20 pop-up holiday channels full of endless cheer. Just search Holiday to feel the joy on the Sirius XM app.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those round trips that you plan in advance, which are perfect on your way there and perfect on your way back? Or those meetings with friends for which you make a group chat 3 months before so that nobody or anything is missing? Or your daughter's first birthday party. You planned it with such dedication that instead of the first, it felt like our 15s. The same way you plan each detail for those moments. Start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make. Get started at ready.gov/plan.
Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Nobody covers the National Football League.
They give Mahomes time for the end zone. He throws it. It's caught. Touchdown!
Like SiriusXM NFL Radio, Channel 88. Our team of former players, coaches, and front office executives like Pat Kerwin, Jim Miller, Rich Gannon, Alex Smith, and Hall of Famer Bill Polian brings you closer to the game. If it's happening, we are there. Live from the Scouting Combine in March to the Draft in April. And in the summer, SiriusXM NFL Radio takes you to all 32 training camps. We connect you with the history of the game on stage for Hall of Fame weekend. Hear all the primetime play-by-play action from opening night through the Super Bowl.
Spectacular in every way. Confetti flying in the air.
Your 24/7 home for the NFL all year long. SiriusXM NFL Radio, Channel 88.
Touchdown!
Throughout the 2024 season, each NFL team channel on the SiriusXM app will feature the team's pre- and post-game shows before and after every game.
What's given me confidence is how they've responded to adversity.
Get instant reaction, live interviews, and press conference audio. Now your favorite team's broadcast includes their pre- and post-game shows all season long on the SiriusXM app. All 32 team channels are also available in vehicles equipped with SiriusXM 360L radios.
Houston fans, hear what Coach Ryans and the players have to say after each game on the Texans channel, 812 on the SiriusXM app.
It's time.
Here we go.
For Houston Texans football. Now, let's go up to the booth. In their 23rd year together, here's Mark Vandermeer and Andre Ware, along with John Harris on the sideline.
After playing just 4 days ago, the Texans are back at it, taking on a top AFC contender with an MVP frontrunner in a Christmas Day showdown. They'll have to be at their very best to send the H-Town faithful home with holiday cheer. Merry Christmas and happy holidays, everyone. I'm Mark Vandermeer with Andre Ware and John Harris on the sideline. Welcome to our coverage of Houston Texans football. Today, the Texans take on the Baltimore Ravens. Houston 9-6 after falling at Kansas City last week. Meanwhile, the Ravens are 10-5, fresh off a win over Pittsburgh on Saturday, 34-17. Both teams going on short rest, Andre, but the Ravens are healthy. Texans not quite, but Houston at home. What do you think?
Yeah, they're healthy, all right. I mean, just about everybody's back. They got Mark Andrews back a couple of weeks ago. Zay Flowers was kind of iffy coming into this game. He's back. Linderbaum, the center, he was kind of iffy. He's going to play today. So they are at a full complement of players around Lamar Jackson, who is dangerous in his own right. The Texans, however, the defense has played the lights out, and it's easier to mix and paste that unit together than any other. Special teams as well as offense, those things kind of have to gel together over time. Defensively, you just go get the quarterback and tackle the ball. And I think they'll be fine on that side of the ball.
Well, they got to tackle Derrick Henry today. We'll talk about that. You mentioned Flowers. He's their leading receiver. He is good to go today at NRG Stadium. And we'll head to the field next and check in with John Harris. This is Texans Radio.
How close can you get with Verizon Access? Front row close. Red carpet close.
Oh my God!
Backstage passes close. Playing quarterback for your favorite NFL team close. Okay, not that close. But watching from the sidelines close? You bet. Get into the experiences you love, like concerts, games, and exclusive pre-sales just for being a Verizon customer. Verizon Access. You're in. Woo! Learn more at Verizon.com/access.
Houston, gear up for game day with One Medical. We work with your insurance just like any other doctor's office, but we offer so much more. Get in-person and remote care from compassionate providers whenever you need it. From same or next day appointments that start on time to on-site drop-in lab services, we make it faster, easier, and more enjoyable to look after your health. We have also partnered with Houston Methodist for easier access to specialty care. Experience exceptional care for the entire family with One Medical. To learn more, visit onemedical.com today.
In sports, there are those who stand for an unyielding determination, overcoming obstacles and winning against all odds. In life, there's one brand that can help you do that. That's Ford and the Ford Bronco family of SUVs. Folks, this is Texans head coach D'Amico Ryans. Ford Bronco and Bronco Sport offer the capability to take on life's everyday challenges. So Texans fans, stand tall, work hard, and be your best. Ford is the best in Texas.
Houston Texans fans, have you heard Buffalo Wild Wings has 2 new limited-time sauces? Whether you're watching the game at the sports bar or ordering straight to your couch, Buffalo Wild Wings has all the sauces for you and your friends. Try the Maple Chipotle sauce for rich maple sweetness and a mild, smoky Chipotle heat. Or for a bit of a kick, check out the new Cajun sauce for a rich blend of spicy and tangy pepper sauce. Try them at your local Houston Buffalo Wild Wings. Or order now for takeout and delivery with Buffalo Wild Wings Go.
The Houston Texans and Chevron have teamed up with the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Houston and the Houston Food Bank to create the Chevron Market Pantry at the Houston Texans Team Club. The partnership provides food to the local community and is run by Team Club members and Chevron volunteers. Together, we're helping make Houston a better place to call home.
Tickets are almost gone for the Kinder's Texas Bowl Showdown happening on New Year's Eve at 2:30 p.m. inside NRG Stadium. Do not miss out on the Texas-sized matchup between the Baylor Bears and the LSU Tigers as they battle it out in Houston's biggest college football showdown. Included with your admission, you'll enjoy free country concerts, tailgating competitions, exclusive events, and more. Visit KindersTexasBowl.com for tickets and group discount opportunities now.
Houston Texans football is brought to you by Reliant, your Houston area Ford dealers, Coca-Cola, Caesars Rewards, and Victory Live.
Closed roof Christmas Day, Texans and Ravens. Let's go down to the field and check in for the first time today with Johnny Harris. Merry Christmas, John.
Merry Christmas, boys. It is wonderful to be here, but it is not wonderful to see a certain Raven who we used to see in a Titans uniform. You know, when you look at this Ravens roster, it's pretty consistent year to year. A lot of the same names we're used to seeing. A lot of guys we saw last year, with one major exception. They added 22 from Tennessee and Derrick Henry, and he's going to be a major storyline today. I watched all 24 of his runs against the Steelers, and I can't tell you how many of them like, hey, the Steelers played this pretty well, and he turned it into a 12-yard gain. Those are the things that cannot happen today against this Ravens team. That O-line, the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. Individually, they're not great, but together they're really good, and they're really starting to work with Henry. The other thing was Patrick Ricard. He was not on the field for a lot of Henry's runs, so that's an interesting personnel group we'll keep an eye on. And there could be a developing situation in the Texans linebacking core that I'll keep an eye on before the game.
Yeah, Johnny, now time for our injury report. The Texans placed 2 key players on injured reserve this week after the Kansas City game. Tank Dell will miss the rest of the season after suffering a serious knee injury last weekend. Also, Jimmy Ward was placed on injured reserve. He hurt his foot in that game against the Chiefs. Among the other active players, Shaq Mason and Juice Scruggs, they will miss with injuries this afternoon. Mason with a sore knee, and Scruggs is dealing with an injured foot. The team will, however, have John Mechie and Cade Stover back for today's game. Mechie missed last week's game with a hurt shoulder. Stover returned after missing the last 2 games following an appendectomy.
Big Job of the Game brought to you by King Ranch Ag and Turf, your preferred John Deere dealer. Find the equipment you need for your lawn, land, farm, or job site with 14 Texas locations. KingRanchAgTurf.com. Dre, what's the big job today?
Let's just go ahead and address the elephant in the room.
Yeah.
It's Derrick Henry.
Yep.
And even John made mention of that. You've got to stop this guy. Once he gets going, he went for 162 yards in their last game 4 days ago against the Pittsburgh Steelers. A pretty good defensive front. And he's just running over people. So that's the big job in this one. First and foremost, stop Derrick Henry.
Ravens are out of the field. Texans about to come out of the tunnel. Starting lineups next after this message from your local station.
It may be cold outside, but we are only weeks away from the start of golf season. Get ready for 2025 with SiriusXM PGA Tour Radio's season preview show, where you can hear about the biggest storylines and players to watch out for next season.
I think Rory really wants to get back to the summit of our game.
Hear the SiriusXM PGA Tour Radio 2025 season preview show tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern on Channel 92 in the car and anytime with the SiriusXM app.
Celebrate Christmas with a classic assortment of shows from the golden age of radio.
Do you believe that you are Santa Claus?
Of course. Memories and voices that live on forever.
Each man's life touches so many other lives. Don't you see, George? You really had a wonderful life.
A wall-to-wall Christmas happening now.
Jolly Noel from us all.
On Radio Classics Channel 148 and everywhere Christmas takes you on the SiriusXM app.
SiriusXM presents an MLB Network Radio Town Hall with Dodgers manager Dave Roberts, hosted by 2-time Golden Globe winner Bryan Cranston. Hear a discussion about the journey to the Dodgers World Series title as Roberts shares stories from the dugout. To hear this Town Hall anytime, download the SiriusXM app and search Dave Roberts Town Hall. And for daily baseball coverage, listen to MLB Network Radio, SiriusXM 89, and the SiriusXM app.
The biggest college football games are on SiriusXM.
That was one of the craziest college football games I've seen.
Hear every game of the college football playoff and more than 40 bowl games.
That was a great move. They just juked him out of his shorts.
Get the channel number for your school's broadcast at SiriusXM.com/college football schedule.
Still on his feet, and he's into the end zone.
Or search college football on the SiriusXM app. And for expert analysis, check out College Sports Radio, Channel 84.
You're listening to the Houston Texans.
Touchdown, Houston.
On SiriusXM.
Starting lineups are brought to you by Kroger. Shop online and choose free same-day pickup. Kroger. For the Baltimore Ravens, they'll go with Nnamdi Madubuike at defensive tackle, Travis Jones, the nose tackle, Broderick Washington at end, and Odafe Owe at the edge position. Linebackers, Roquan Smith, the former Bear, Trenton Simpson, and Kyle Van Noy, the 11-year veteran. Corners, Brandon Stevens and Marlon Humphrey. And at safety, Kyle Hamilton and Ardarius Washington. For the Ravens on offense, of course, Lamar Jackson at quarterback having a phenomenal MVP-type campaign. Derrick Henry in the backfield with Patrick Ricard. Mark Andrews, the tight end. Zay Flowers and Rashad Bateman at receiver. With the O-line left to right, Ronnie Stanley, Patrick Macari, Tyler Linderbaum, Daniel Fa'alele, and Roger Rosengarten. For the Houston Texans on defense, Will Anderson Jr. and Danielle Hunter at the edge. Mario Edwards Jr. and Tim Settle at tackle. And at linebacker, Christian Harris and Henry To'oTo'o. Corners, Derek Stingley Jr. and Kamari Lassiter, with Eric Murray and Kalen Bullock at safety. No Jimmy Ward, of course, after being put on IR, as Dre said. And offensively, C.J. Stroud at quarterback, Joe Mixon in the backfield, Nico Collins and Robert Woods at wide receiver. Dalton Schultz, the tight end. Cade Stover is active today. O-line, Laramie Tunsil, Titus Howard, Jarrett Patterson, Kendrick Green, and Blake Fisher, who will play right tackle again. Reliant Power Player will announce it after the game. Who's going to bring the energy today? Reliant, the official energy provider of the Houston Texans. Dre, who do you have today for Houston?
Well, big, tall order, but I think Henry To'oTo'o has got to play a fantastic game. I think he's going to play a fantastic game. He's been all over the field, sideline to sideline. Today he'll have a chance to play in the box with Derrick Henry running downhill.
We saw a bunch of things in warm-up, including Miles Bryant playing some nickel, so we'll see if he gets some action there, or is it Kamari Lassiter? I'll go with Bryant, though. I like Bryant to get active, be energetic, make some plays. The Houston Texans about to get it on with the Baltimore Ravens. Ravens looking to keep things moving after they knocked off the Steelers Saturday. Steelers losing to the Chiefs earlier today, so the Ravens in the driver's seat now in the AFC North. Meanwhile, the Texans have clinched the AFC South. Feels like a long time ago. It was a week ago Sunday, and they have one more game after this one in the regular season against the Tennessee Titans on the road, so we'll see how things shake out today. A measuring stick against an AFC contender, as the Ravens are extremely dangerous. We'll be back after this message from your local station.
Touchdown, Houston!
Texans fans, get more of the great content you crave right now on the SiriusXM app. Just search Houston Texans on the app and tap the favorite star. You not only hear the game with your hometown announcers, but you'll also get access to the pre- and post-game shows. And come back during the week for extra Texans content, including coach and player press conferences, special team-specific shows, interviews, and much more. It's all on the SiriusXM app. Download it and search Houston Texans today.
From Brad Summer to high level.
Football on Christmas? You bet. 4 of the 5 AFC teams already locked into playoff spots take the field when the Chiefs travel to Pittsburgh and the Ravens head south to take on the Texans. Who will win these potential playoff previews? Make sure you tune into Sports Grid Radio to stay up to date on all the latest.
The place to get the winning edge over the sports books this football season is Sports Grid Radio. Channel 159 in the car and on the SiriusXM app.
Hey, this is Jeff Foxworthy.
This is Larry the Cable Guy.
And we're excited to tell you about our exclusive SiriusXM channel.
Jeff and Larry's Comedy Roundup. Every hour of every day, we're going to bring you the best comedy from some of the best and our favorite comedians.
Like Nate Borgazzi, Dusty Slay, and Leanne Morgan, just to name a few.
By the way, she owes me money.
And we each host our own shows every week.
Jeff and Larry's Comedy Roundup.
SiriusXM 97. Your home for great American comedy.
You're listening to the NFL
Touchdown, Houston
on SiriusXM.
Pentatonics just knocked out the national anthem here on Christmas Day at NRG Stadium. First Christmas Day game here since 2017 when the Steelers visited. That's another AFC North opponent, of course. Circumstances very different today as both of these teams have lofty aspirations in the postseason, and that season the Texans were on their way to 4-12 after numerous injuries. Houston will go with the H-Town uniforms today, their option of wearing an alt uniform, and they'll go with it with the red numerals and the H-Town blue trim. Captains making their way to midfield for the coin toss. It's brought to you by Ring Central. Message, video, phone together. Ring Central. And here comes C.J. Stroud, the lone man for the Houston Texans, as he will meet the Ravens. Justin Tucker, the Longhorn, out there, along with Rashad Bateman and also Kyle Hamilton. Our referee today is Alan Eck. Lines everybody up.
Gentlemen, Merry Christmas. Since Baltimore is a visiting team, they will call the toss. This side is heads. This side is tails. What's your choice? Tails has been called. Heads. Houston's won the toss. Want to defer. You want the ball. Which way you want to kick? Houston won the toss, deferred their choice to the second half. Baltimore will receive the opening kickoff. Good luck, gentlemen.
Here we go. The Texans will put their defense on the field first against Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson and the Ravens offense. And Henry on the year, 1,636 yards. He ran for 162 on Saturday. He's averaging close to 6 yards per carry, Dre. He's got 13 touchdowns on the year. And Lamar Jackson, by the way, running the football, he's their second leading rusher with 765, 3 TDs. And Jackson also has 37 passing touchdowns. He's having his best season ever.
Well, there's no doubt about it. And this is much better in terms of, his MVP season that he's had in the past. And so 37 touchdown passes, only 4 interceptions. He's taking care of the football, having an outstanding year. But it's Derrick Henry who I'm concerned about in this one because of the success that he's had against this team over the years as a Tennessee Titan. It's scary when you think about it.
It is scary. Now, he was shut down last year, but that was with Will Levis at quarterback. Now you have Lamar Jackson to deal with. And Texans playoff football is in the air, and Paramount Plus is your home to stream every NFL on CBS playoff game. Visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started today. The Texans will kick off, and back deep for the Ravens, Rasheen Ali and also Keaton Mitchell, reserve running back. Justice Hill will not play today. Fairbairn has the ball teed at the 35-yard line and will kick off toward the south end zone. Texans in the dark H-Town uniforms with the red numbers. Ravens, dark pants, white jerseys, dark helmets with the familiar Raven logo. Fairbairn gets the sign from the officials here at Closed Roof NRG Stadium, and we are ready to rock on Christmas Day. Here's the opening kickoff. Off to the right of Fairbairn's foot and taken at the 2. Ali over the 5, the 10, 15, 20, and stumbles short of the 20-yard line. Tagged down there. Ravens will start at their 20 after the hit by Chris Boyd. And here comes the Baltimore offense.
Yeah, it seemed as though Ali just conveniently slipped because Boyd was coming full speed at him, and then he lost his footing. But this is going to take a 60 minutes of concentration by this defensive unit. Derrick Henry will go 2 yards all day long and then go 80 on top of it.
Lamar Jackson in the gun. Lassiter will open outside a corner on Bateman. Left side of Jackson. Here's some orbit motion. Here's a handoff to Henry. Bounces off the line. Breaks one tackle at the 30, down at the 31-yard line. Derrick Henry, after the hit by Murray, picks up 6. And here we go with 2nd down and 4. And that's what you don't want today, to see the Ravens living in 2nd down and manageable.
And Mark, it's got to be one of the heaviest backfields in NFL history. You got a fullback at 6'3", 300, and a tailback at 6'2", 250.
Pistol set, Henry the tailback. 2nd and 4, the Ravens' 31-yard line. Opening drive, 4-man front for Houston. 3 linebackers set. Here's motion by Flowers to the left. Jackson hands off to Henry. Big hole, has the first down, tripped up across the 37-yard line, and Harris makes the hit for Houston.
You got to find a way to get some penetration on this offensive line of Baltimore. If you don't, and you allow Derrick Henry to approach the line of scrimmage at full speed or even maybe 3/4 speed, it will be a long day.
Yeah, what do we always say? Get him before he gets going, right?
Yep.
Henry in the backfield, Jackson in the gun. First down, Ravens from their 37. Ricard in motion to the right. Jackson's going to throw it for the first time today. Pocket collapsing, and he's going to be brought down. A sack. Tommy Togiai brings down the quarterback for a 2-yard loss.
He's been playing some pretty good football. Had a tackle for a loss last week. Now a sack on Lamar Jackson, one that he can talk about for a very long time.
Will Anderson Jr. got his legs, and Togiai cleaned him up top at HEB Sack Attack, the official tailgate headquarters of the Houston Texans, HEB. 2nd and 13, Ravens up there, 34-yard line. Here's Jackson to the gun. 2 receivers each side, 1 back, Derrick Henry. 4-man front, Houston now. Henry in motion to the left. It's not Henry, it's the reserve. And Jackson running to his right. He's got some room. 40, 45, 50. Down the right sideline. 45 of Houston and out of bounds at the 40-yard line. And just when you think you have him contained, he does that. First down, Ravens at the Texans' 41.
Yeah, Christian Harris has got to be careful hitting Lamar Jackson that close to the sideline. When you know he's going out of bounds. Yeah, that could have easily been 15 extra tacked onto that run. But they were in man-to-man. Everybody turned their backs to Lamar Jackson. When he breaks the pocket, defenders don't know it because they're covering man-to-man.
Here's Henry back in the backfield after Ali made an appearance. Handoff Henry up the middle, at least 5, maybe more. Gang tackle across the 35 to the 34. This is 6 or 7 for Derrick Henry, and it's a nightmare so far as Derek Barnett helps on the stop.
I mean, you're talking about a whole lot on first down. I wouldn't be surprised if Lamar Jackson doesn't take a deep shot here with 2nd and short.
2nd down and about 3.
Yeah, I mean, this has got shot called all over it.
Jackson with 2 backs with him. Ricard and Henry. 2nd down and a long 3 across the Houston 35, opening drive of the game. Here's the snap. Jackson fakes the pass to the right. Handoff Henry. Plenty of room and knocked down across the 30-yard line. He's got the first down. Derek Stingley Jr. made the hit, but the Ravens are chewing up yardage on this opening possession.
Yeah, and the Texans they have Neville Hewitt along with Christian Harris and Henry toe-to-toe. It's a pure 4-3 to try to stop this running game of the Baltimore Ravens with Derrick Henry, and they are having some problems.
First down at the Houston 30. Got to find a way to get off the field. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. One of them, Ricard. Ali in the backfield. Jackson under center this time. Now stands up. Extra instructions. And Ricard will set up as the fullback, offset I formation. Jackson fakes the give. Plants, looking, firing over the middle, and hits Zay Flowers inside the 10, down inside the 5. Lassiter with the hit. 1st and goal, Ravens.
What a throw. And we've had a chance to see 2 of the best in consecutive games. I won't even say week, but it's consecutive games in Patrick Mahomes and now Lamar Jackson, and that one was a laser to Zay Flowers over the middle of the field.
They're going to mark the ball at the 2. 1st and goal. Daniil Hunter and Will Anderson checked back into the game. And offset I formation here. Derrick Henry and Patrick Ricard. 1st and goal from the 2. Here's Henry right up the middle. Hot knife through butter. Touchdown, Ravens. Opening drive. They march all the way in and take the early lead on Houston. Bah humbug.
What a drive, and it's mostly Derrick Henry. A pass to Zay Flowers, probably the biggest in terms of offensive production, but it was Derrick Henry left, Derrick Henry right, and then Derrick Henry into the end zone.
You looked at the sack by Togiai, thought, okay, got him behind the sticks, but then he runs for 25 yards, and they're in business in Houston territory. Now the 2-yard run by Henry, and here comes the extra point try by the Longhorn, 13-year veteran Justin Tucker. Spot between the hashes. The kick is up. It's good. It's 7-0 Baltimore. Texans touch the ball for the first time next. 10:08 to go in the first quarter. Texans down 7-zip. This is Texans Radio.
It's always football season in Texas, and Reliant is bringing the energy. Powering game day for the Houston Texans and Texans fans across the Lone Star State. Reliant is the only energy provider trusted by the Houston Texans to power every electric moment. For the fans in the stands or on the couch this season and beyond. Reliant, proud to be the official energy provider of your Houston Texans.
Reliant, PUCT number 10007.
The Houston Texans and Chevron have teamed up with the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Houston and the Houston Food Bank to create the Chevron Market Pantry at the Houston Texans Team Club. The partnership provides food to the local community and is run by Team Club members and Chevron volunteers. Together, we're helping make Houston a better place to call home.
Are you an oblivious person
hogging the sidewalk like a large dying snail? Do people stuck behind you ask, how do you sleep at night? Then you should go to Mattress Firm. They have tons of quality beds at every price. So anyone, even people like you, can sleep. Get matched at Mattress Firm. Sleep at night. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
At NRG Stadium, the Houston Texans down 7-0. Great to have you listening to Texans football all across the Lone Star State and beyond on this Christmas Day. Brought to you by Mustang Cat, building Texas, powering the world. Opening drive, 75 yards, 8 plays for the Ravens. Consumed almost 5 minutes. Derrick Henry, 2-yard TD run. Let's go down to the field and check in with John Harris.
Well, my hope is that the defense is lulling him to a false sense of security, but what I didn't like was the inability to get off blocks that entire drive. The only one that did was Tommy Togiai, Will Anderson, when they went a 5-man defensive line and they get the sack. They didn't go back to it, really couldn't, because it was 2nd and 3, couldn't get in their pass set the rest of the way, and then Lamar threw a dime. Now, we've seen Lamar from his days as a rookie in 2018. That throw to Zay was as good a throw as I've seen. Very calm, cool in the pocket, and delivered a dime, because Henry's in decent shape in front. There's help over the top. And if he's doing that, I don't know how you stop this offense, but you got to shut down 22. You got to kill the engine. He's getting too much runway, and when he gets runway, you're in trouble. It's 6 yards every time he touches it.
Well, we have Dameon Pierce and Daria Gunbowale back deep for the Houston Texans, clad in the H-Town uniforms, down 7-0, about to touch the ball for the first time today. Got to find a way to respond to this early Ravens score. Baltimore, we mentioned it, the run, the pass, so deadly on offense. Tucker has problems teeing the ball up at the 35-yard line. Finally gets it going. And he'll kick off toward the north end zone. The bullpen section here at a packed house, NRG Stadium. And here's Tucker's kickoff. Deep drive. And Dare's going to take a knee. Or Dameon, rather. He switched to the right side. Dare was on the left, but that was just in case that ball was a little shorter than thought, as Dameon was going to be the return man. So here comes the Houston offense. And C.J. Stroud, last time out, throws 2 touchdown passes, 2 picks at Kansas City. He's got Joe Mixon in the backfield, and Cade Stover is back available today. And he's in the game right now. Mixon to the right of Stroud. First down, Texans at the Houston 30. Stover motions to the left wing. C.J. calls for the ball. 8 men in the box for the Ravens. And now's their handoff to Joe, and Roquan Smith stands him up after a 1-yard pickup.
Yeah, Mark, that's a step in the maturity and the maturation process of C.J. Stroud that needs to happen. When you have an 8-man box, get out of it and run and check to a pass. Because that tells me the Ravens have seen this formation on film. They're going to stack the box expecting to run, which is exactly what they're doing. I know he can go left to right with calls, but not from run to pass.
2 receivers left. Mixon motions into the backfield. They'll get it to a pistol on 2nd and 10 from the Houston 30. CJ feeds Joe again. Running right. He's got a couple, but then stacked up. Not much there. Kyle Van Noy, the veteran, with the stop, and this brings up 3rd and long. And it feels like, Dre, the Texans are in 3rd and long way too often.
Well, and if you're somewhat becoming predictable, you're going to remain in 3rd and long, because teams are going to play the first 2 downs as runs, and then the next one as a pass here on 3rd down. The Ravens will look totally different right here.
3 receivers left. Stroud in the gun. 3rd down and 7 from the Houston 33. 1 back. CJ looks it over. Ravens loading up the line. Here they come with the pressure. Quick throw. It's Nico. He's got the first down across the 40 and 45-yard line. Brought down and picks up the fresh set of downs as Wiggins got in there to help with the tackle. The sticks move for Houston on the 3rd and 7 conversion.
Yeah, they give a look like they're in prevent almost. 3 safeties, 2 corners, and they're in soft coverage, and then they take steps to come forward. Well, Nico's coming right at him, and so there's no way that Nate Wiggins was going to be able to stop that slant route.
Yeah, Hamilton had to help. First down, Texans at the Houston 46. Offset I formation as Stroud is under center with two receivers to his left. And CJ hands off to Mixon. Starting left, cutting back to the right, and noses across the 50 to the 49-yard line for a nifty 5-yard run. Kyle Van Noy with the stop, 2nd and 5 coming up. 7:50 to go. First quarter, Texans down 7-0. This is the opening possession for the Houston Texans after the Ravens went 75 yards their first time with the ball.
Well, this is where you would show that play you ran, the very first play of the game, and then take a shot with Nico. But that's not what we're looking at. We're looking at a bunch to the right side.
Bunch right, 2nd and 5 at the Ravens 49. CJ under center, fakes the give. Steps to the left, hits Stover. Stover met, and he's not going to get much more than a yard here as he could not get any twitch going. There was Stevens over there, the first man in, and then helping was Marlon Humphrey, and this brings up 3rd down at about 4.
Well, Stevens has got some closing speed as he was off, had to backpedal, and still was able to rally up and hold that to about a half-yard gain.
3rd and 4, the Ravens 48. CJ back to pass. He's under pressure. Van Noy brings him down for the sack. Could not get free of Van Noy, who is extremely dangerous. He's the leading sack man for the Ravens, and now he has 11.5 on the season after that drop.
Yeah, I mean, he came in. This is a career high in sacks for Kyle Van Noy. Had, as you mentioned, 10.5 coming in, now 11.5 already, and we are nowhere near the end of the first quarter.
Steven Sims, our old friend and new Raven, back deep for Baltimore, as Deontay Johnson is a Texan, Sims is a Raven. And here's Tommy Townsend back inside the Houston 27-yard line, awaiting the snap from John Weeks to punt. Snap on target, Tommy lets it rip. Here's Sims running all the way to the right side. He's not going to touch it because this is way out of bounds. Off to the left of Townsend, and let's see where they mark this. This is not his best work at all. You cannot afford these errors against a Baltimore team that is so talented on offense, and the officials still walking up to the 30-yard line. Wow.
Showing a little too much respect to Steven Sims. Way too much respect.
So they penetrated to the 48-yard line of Baltimore, took the sack, and then punted. And now here's Baltimore at the 30, and we'll find out what they do with the ball. And a 7-0 lead with 6:12 to go in the first after this message from your local station.
Christmas Eve, Bad Santa made his return.
Come on up!
History was made in 2004 when Eminem partnered with SiriusXM to launch Shade 45.
Well, look for the store.
Hear stories and highlights as Marshall and special guests rewind the
College basketball is back, and the road to the championship starts now on SiriusXM.
Knock it down!
Catch all the top games, the buzzer beaters, and the rivalries you live for in both men's and women's college basketball.
RJ Davis!
Whether you're driving, at home, or on the go, follow your favorite teams in every unforgettable moment. College basketball lives on SiriusXM. Anywhere you are, go to SiriusXM.com/sports to find out where to hear your favorite team.
Here's what's happening on SiriusXM Sports.
First of 2 NFL games on Christmas Day is underway as the Steelers are hosting the Chiefs. Pittsburgh battling for the AFC North title. If the Chiefs win, they wrap up the top spot and the bye in the AFC. Get the play-by-play right now on NFL Radio Channel 88 and the SiriusXM app.
SiriusXM Sports. Wherever you are, your team plays here.
Touchdown, Houston.
You're listening to SiriusXM.
6:12 to go in the first quarter, 7-0 Ravens. This quarter is brought to you by CDW, people who get it. By Texas Children's, teaming up with the Houston Texans to encourage kids to play 60 every day. And by Victory Live, connecting the world of live experiences. Let's go down to the field and check in with our man, John Harris.
All right, boys, it's adjustment time. First drive, 75 yards right down the field. Felt like they had 6+ yards on almost every play of that drive. So how did the Texans adapt? They've been playing two different styles. They've been playing their true base 4-3. Then they played essentially a 5-2. They put 5 defensive linemen in the game with 2 linebackers. That's the one that helped them get a sack. And then they went nickel. When they go nickel, they got Miles Bryant in the game. Miles really not getting any action. But if you're in the nickel, and they're 2nd and 6. They're going to run the ball with Henry. So it's time to kill the engine, take down Henry's leg. Is the only way you can do it.
Pistol set, Henry the back. First down, Ravens at their 30, up 7-0 in the first. Jackson sends Flowers in motion to the right side. He has 1 catch in this game. Handoff, Henry. Big hole left side, 35, 40, 45, and dragged down across the 50-yard line. Alarming play. Derrick Henry, Neville Hewitt, and Eric Murray teaming on the tackle. And that's a 20-yard pop by the best back, along with Saquon Barkley in the NFL.
And he hit that hole at full speed. I thought he was going to the house because not a lot of defenders are going to sign up to take on Derrick Henry downfield.
Jackson in the gun. Henry takes the snap, running left, has room, 45, tries to turn it up for a few more, gets down at the 42-yard line as Kalen Bullock makes the stop, but there's another 8 yards. Dre, the Texans were so good against Henry last year, and the reason was they got backfield penetration.
Well,
they killed the engine, as Johnny would say, but Henry's getting the ball and running 4 yards before he's touched.
I'm going to ask you this way.
Yeah?
Who's got the better offensive line, the Ravens or the Titans?
Or the Ravens or the Titans. I got you. Well, yeah, that Titans
so you're
team
talking
is not exactly having a great season.
Two totally different dynamics when what's in front of Derrick Henry this year.
2nd and 2 at the Houston 42. Henry in the backfield, Jackson in the gun. Handoff Henry, a little delay, but he's got a head of steam. Takes it across the 40 down to the 35-yard line. He's just putting on a show right now. It's just a man against boys. That's what it appears to be so far for Derrick Henry. 20 yards, 8 yards, tack on another 7.
They'll give him a break and bring in Rasheen Ali here on first down. But so many times we've seen Derrick Henry go for 200 yards. They don't get a handle on things early here.
He's going to do it again.
He's going to do it again.
Ali in the backfield, Jackson in the gun. First down at the Houston 35-yard line. Baltimore up 7-0. Here's Jackson in the pocket, looking, firing underneath. And he's got Flowers, who's brought down immediately by Miles Bryant. And this is a 4-yard pickup on the pass play.
Yeah, they go smash concept where they have a guy at about 6 yards or underneath. And if the Texans are in zone, they send the tight end, Isaiah Likely, to the corner. And so it's an easy read. If the corner drops back on Likely, then he's going to check it down like he just did to Zay Flowers. You play up on Flowers, then he's going to throw over the top of the corner to Isaiah Likely.
Offset I formation. Ali is the tailback. 2nd down and 6 at the Houston 31. Here's the toss. And Ali brought down for a loss. Big play there. Nice stop by Horton coming off the edge to make that play and force 3rd and long.
Excellent job, and this is where you want to make Baltimore live. They're not comfortable in 3rd down and long. So you got to get now some heat, some blinders on Lamar Jackson. I say that, and overall, they're 3rd in the league on 3rd down at 48%.
Henry is out of the game for the moment. 3rd down and 9 at the Houston 34. Crowd revs it up. Jackson talking to his center. Texans loading up. 3rd and 9 Ravens at the Houston 34. Jackson to throw. Gets it off left side and too high for Flowers. Incomplete. Texans get off the field. And this feels like a huge win considering how that drive was going for Baltimore. But Tucker's going to try a long field goal.
Yeah, this is one of the best in the business. He's missed more this year than he has in his NFL career.
8 field goals missed for Tucker.
He's number 1 in the NFL, even with 8 missed in field goal percentage in NFL history.
52-yard attempt, right hash mark, north end zone uprights for Tucker. Snap is down. Kick is on the way. It's got the distance. It's right down the middle. So Baltimore builds a 10-0 lead on Houston. 2:47 to go in the first. Texans offense on the field for the 2nd time today. Next, this is Texans Radio.
Don't you love the sounds of the holiday season? The bells, the sleighs, woohoo! If so, your holiday's now even more magical because now during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event, you can take home your favorite Hyundai with some of the season's greatest savings.
Drive away now in one of our most popular models with 0% APR and 0 payments for 90 days. Now, during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event, the official car of the Houston Texans. Offer ends January 2nd. Call 469-405-7740 for details.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
Cancer is never just cancer. It affects your entire body. At Houston Methodist Neal Cancer Center, we have the expertise to treat all of you. Leading oncologists use the latest technology, research, and treatments to stop your cancer, while specialists minimize its effects on major organs. There's a better approach to cancer care that heals all of you. That's the difference between practicing medicine and leading it. Houston Methodist, leading medicine.
Back at NRG Stadium where the Ravens lead the Texans 10-0, 2:47 left in the first quarter. This scoreboard is brought to you by 6J Marketing, your vision, our priority. Games tomorrow, tomorrow, the 26th, has the Seahawks traveling to Chicago to take on the Bears. Saturday lineup will be the Patriots hosting the Chargers, Bengals hosting the Broncos, and the Rams hosting the Cardinals. Sunday, we get into that, Bills hosting the Jets. It'll be the Titans at the Jaguars, Raiders at the Saints, Colts at the Giants, Cowboys going out to Philly to take on the 12-3 Eagles, and the Panthers and Buccaneers. Two big games going in that with those two.
That NFC South hotly contested. Let's pause 10 seconds here for station identification. This is Texans Radio.
Interact with our stable of former players, coaches, and executives all day long on SiriusXM NFL Radio Channel 88 and the SiriusXM app.
Justin Tucker about to kick off following his field goal from 52 yards out that made this a 10-0 game. Ravens with the lead. Texans about to get the ball with 2:47 to go in the first. And Dameon Pierce back deep along with Dare Ogunbowale. Robert Woods has been back there from time to time this season. Tucker approaches the ball. And we'll see if this is returnable or not. They're going to bash it out of the back of the end zone. 9 yards deep. It's caught by Ogunbowale, and the Texans will take it at their 30-yard line and see if they can fare better this time. The first time they had the ball, they got it to the Ravens 48, but then took a sack and had to punt. And the Ravens got a field goal on their next possession. So 2 possessions for Baltimore, 10 points. Texans with their second possession, they lock and load right here in their H-Town uniforms.
Got to find a way to shake Joe Mixon loose.
C.J. Stroud with the offset eye behind him. First down, Houston from the Texans 30. Stroud digs in. C.J. fakes the give. Quick throw over the middle. Caught. Nico Collins, 46-yard line. Brought down right there on the spot by Brandon Stevens. The Texans pick up 16 and a fresh set of downs.
What a throw. First down. They finally mix it up on first down. It's a little in route to Nico Collins, and as soon as he got separation, ball's in the air, Nico makes the catch, and the Texans are on the move.
At their 46, 1st and 10, one back. Dameon Pierce to the left of Stroud, who's in the gun. Here's the snap to CJ. Looking, firing over the middle again. This one's incomplete. He wanted Schultz over the middle, and Washington and Schultz collided. Dalton gets up. He's okay. 2nd and 10.
Tough catch, but I've seen him make tougher catches than that. A little out in front and low. He's trying to keep it out of the arm's reach of a couple of linebackers, Malik Harrison in particular.
Trying to thread that needle.
Yeah. And just about did.
Ravens have big Michael Pierce in the middle, the size of a vending machine. 2nd and 10, Texans from the Houston 46, Stroud of the gun. One back, Pierce. CJ calls for the ball. Plants. Fires downfield to his right and too high for Nico. That was weird as Stroud was off target with his favorite receiver, and it's 3rd and 10.
Usually way more accurate than he has been here early. He would have hit that throw to Dalton Schultz, even though it was a tough throw. And then that one, Nico, that is wide open in the NFL. And that one he sails a little bit high.
Here we go with a 3rd down and 10 all of a sudden. They began this drive with that 1st down throw to Nico. Now it's 3rd and 10 from the Houston 46-yard line.
This is where he needs to expect pressure. They're lining up as though they're going to bring it right here with Roquan Smith.
Split backs. Here's the snap out of the gun. Stroud looking. Stroud floats the ball out of the backfield, but too high for Schultz. Otherwise, he can run for a while.
He's going to run for a while, and you just got to find a way to get it to him. And he overthrows it with everything collapsing around him. Overshoots Schultz, who is in the left side, left flat, just inside the numbers, wide open.
Yep, he would have been able to run for the 1st down and a whole lot more, but 3 incompletions after that 16-yard pass to Nico Collins, and the Texans have to punt the ball right back to Baltimore, down 10-0. This game is hanging on the edge of a cliff right now.
You got to cover here because you know Sims wants to bring one back.
Tommy Townsend fires the ball. Here's Sims, and he's just belted by D'Angelo Ross, and Sims is hurt. And he's okay. He gets up, but he was down for a moment, and Ross just hammered him with the ball not even there. The ball's at the 5-yard line, but this is going to be 15 extra for sure.
I covered punts for about a game. The first game at the University of Houston on special teams.
Yep.
I'm trying to just, get on the field as any way I can. And even I know, or knew then, that you can't do that. Guys got to have a shot to catch the ball.
7 to the kicking team. 15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. 1st down, Baltimore. Timeout.
Yeah.
Did he think the ball was in his hands or something? That was strange. Ravens had the ball at their 20-yard line following the penalty. Up 10-0, 1:50 to go in the 1st, and the Texans defense reacts next. This is Texans Radio.
Sky Vodka is now made with water enriched by Pacific minerals and filtered through California limestone. Sky Vodka, the smoother, fresher tasting vodka that's also gluten-free. In other words, it's the best thing to happen to vodka since vodka happened. Sky Vodka, born from the blue. Sky Vodka distilled from grain, 40% alcohol by volume. 2021 Campari America, New York, New York. Please enjoy responsibly.
Your next celebration starts here at the new David's Bridal. You'll find unforgettable looks, including the world's most luxurious wedding gowns and bridesmaids dresses, plus fun styles for homecoming, date night, prom, and more. Planning your big day? Pearl by David's turns your dreams into reality. It's all things wedding planning all in one app. For 15% off, sign up for emails and texts at davidsbridal.com. Because your next celebration starts at the new David's.
Playoff football is in the air as the Texans prepare for their run in the AFC. And Paramount Plus is your home to stream every NFL on CBS playoff game. Log into Paramount Plus from any device and stream every round of the NFL playoffs from the wild card to the AFC Championship. That's 4 CBS playoff games, all streaming live on Paramount Plus. This could be the year the Texans go on a deep playoff run. So sign up and get ready for all the playoff action. Visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started today.
Stats brought to you by Kroger. Sign up for Kroger Boost today. In 2 games against the Texans last year, Derrick Henry had 51 rushing yards. Today already, he has 61 rushing yards on 8 carries. That is frightening, ladies and gentlemen. 10-0 Baltimore leads. They have the ball. They'll mark it at their 23-yard line following the penalty on D'Angelo Ross. Let's go down to the field and check in with John Harris. Johnny.
Yeah, Mark, and the Ravens are doing a nice job with some wham trap blocks, which gives Derrick Henry a downhill running lane right now. That big run he had at the start of the last drive, that was exactly what it was. You invite him upfield, you trap him, and that's what kills the Texans. But the Texans have actually played the trap this year pretty well because teams know they've got to trap these guys up front when they penetrate. Well, not this time. Derrick's got runway, and he is just plowing right through open holes. Those holes have got to close. Guys got to recognize that, close them down, be violent at the point of attack, and win their one-on-one blocks. And until then, it's not going to get better than 10-0.
Well, until then, it's not going to change. They're going to continue doing the exact same thing. They don't rewrite the playbook just to rewrite it. They roll with what's working, and I guarantee you what Johnny just described, they're going to come back with it in this series.
And that special teams penalty costly because the ball would have been at the Ravens 5. Lamar Jackson in the gun. Derrick Henry to his right. First down, Ravens at their 23-yard line. Flowers in motion to the right side. 4-man front. Handoff Henry. Lots of room. 25, 30. Angles right. 35 and brought down across the 40-yard line. It's too easy for Derrick Henry right now as Henry toe-a-toe makes the stop. That's 17 yards right there.
Mark, at some point, pride's got to kick in.
Yep.
It has to kick in. And
Ray,
you got to answer the challenge because Derrick Henry, this is arguably the easiest start to a game that he's had this season.
At the 40-yard line of Baltimore, 1st and 10. Offset I formation, Henry the tailback. Jackson gives it to him. Why not? Over right guard, hit this time, and takes people with him for 5, 6, 7, 8 yards across the 47-yard line. He's pushing people like he's pushing a sled.
And it wasn't even his offensive lineman behind him helping to push.
No.
Well, maybe one. Josh Jones, who was a Texan here last year.
At the 48-yard line, 2nd down and 2. So 17 yards, 8 yards. Last drive they took Henry out because he got tired. And now he's out of the game for a moment again as Jackson will hand off and running left across the 50, and the second back gets down to the 45-yard line. This is Keaton Mitchell, second year out of East Carolina. He just picked up 7 and got a first down in Texans territory. So it's not just Henry doing the damage here today, as that is the first carry of the season for Mitchell. And that's the end of the first quarter. Ravens won't snap it again. They lead 10-0, and they have a first down to work with at the Houston 45-yard line. This is Texans Radio.
Houston's hospitality market is on fire. And with Bayou Hospitality, your official partner of the Houston Texans, you can invest in hotels in the Houston area. Enjoy a 12% targeted return with opportunities starting at just $25,000. Something you definitely won't get from your bank. It's a smart, exciting way to grow your investment in a thriving city. Visit Bayou.fund to get started today. Investment subject to risk. See website for details.
We believe in champions at Texas Children's Orthopedics. The runners, the receivers, the strikers, the dreamers. As the only children's hospital partnered with the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Medical Network, our nationally ranked team brings a caliber of care normally reserved for professional athletes to every patient. Because we champion one thing above all. You. Texas Children's. The difference is life-changing.
You know what having fun your way is really like? It's never-ending options and rewards at over 50 destinations nationwide. It's Caesars Rewards. Dine at Hell's Kitchen at Caesars Palace, Las Vegas. Party the night away at Harrah's, New Orleans. Or bet big on table games at Horseshoe, Bossier City. With Caesars Rewards, you earn benefits for every way you play. Book your trip at Caesars.com and sign up for Caesars Rewards today. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Know when to stop before you start. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
NRG Stadium will be packed this Houston Texans season as our 2024 season tickets have sold out. If you're not a Texans season ticket member, why not? Join our priority list for the 2025 season and be the first to know when tickets become available next year. Plus, you'll have incredible benefits like front-of-the-line access to 2024 playoff tickets and last-minute Texans tickets, a one-time 15% discount to use at the Texans team shop in NRG Stadium, and more. Join now at HoustonTexans.com/tickets.
Texans football is brought to you by Mustang Cat, building Texas, powering the world. Mustang Cat. For the Baltimore Ravens, they have put up 143 yards and 10 points so far, and they are still going. First down at the Houston 45-yard line to begin the second quarter as the Texans defense is on its heels, to say the least. Let's go downstairs and check in with John Harris.
Well, this is a gut check right here. I mean, ball, 45-yard line, 1st and 10. Keaton Mitchell just stuff going right down your throat for a run. Like, it's a gut check time for this defense. Either you're going to show up and play and take on blocks, or we're just going to be watching a massacre the rest of the day. My hope is they got a little talking to on the sidelines here, and they'll go into the second quarter with a little bit of juice and try and get the ball back here and get in this ball game, if you will.
at the 45-yard line of Houston. Driving toward the south end zone. Ravens rush up to the line with Lamar Jackson under center. Derrick Henry in the backfield, likely in motion to the right side. Jackson digs in, more motion by Flowers, handoff Henry, and this time Will Anderson Jr. as the TFL, a 4-yard subtraction. Will coming off the edge and making the hit.
Alabama versus Alabama, and that's one guy that's not going to back down at any time, and that's Will Anderson. What a play, one-on-one with Derrick Henry, and he's shaking his finger at the sideline of the Ravens like, hey, bring it on over here again.
Second down and 14 at the Texans' 49-yard line. Jackson walks up to the line. Mitchell in the backfield with him. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Jackson to throw, and it's a delayed handoff to Mitchell, and Will Anderson Jr. is there again with the TFL. This time at the Raven 45. It's 3rd down and 20.
Well, somebody heard the talking to that Johnny described on the sideline and took it to heart and decided to do something about it defensively. Number 51 making plays everywhere.
Can they get off the field and stop the Ravens for the first time today from scoring?
Mark, he was in full-on pass rush and turned around and made that play.
3rd down and 20, Ravens from their 45. Jackson in the gun. Henry in the backfield with him. Jackson stepping up. Jackson in trouble. Stepping out to the left. Jackson trying to square up. And he's trying to circle back to the right. Throws back to the right side. Incomplete. As the Texans defense gets off the field, forcing the wild incompletion on 3rd and 20.
Usually something like that, when he's scrambling around, somebody comes open and he's able to find it. Bateman came open, but he didn't go to Bateman because he knew Bateman was short of the 1st down marker.
Yep. Tim Settle got some good pressure on that. And here comes a punt by Jordan Stout. For the first time today, Robert Woods back deep. Stout at his 31-yard line. Snap on target. Here's the punt. Here's Woods tracking forward, calls for the fair catch, and makes it at the 18-yard line. The Texans have the ball back down 10-0 against Baltimore. 13:23 to go, 2nd quarter, and a timeout on the field. This is Texans Radio.
Behind every door at Houston Methodist, you know what to expect. Expertise. Whether it's life-saving brain surgery, your 3D mammogram that catches breast cancer sooner, or orthopedic specialists helping you feel stronger than ever. With hundreds of doors across Houston, you can get expert care everywhere.
That's the difference between practicing medicine and leading it. Houston Methodist, leading medicine.
It's the Get Holiday Ready sales event with Hank and Sam from the Ford crew. Today, a new shipment of inventory.
Hank, what's going on?
Another hauler full of new Ford trucks and SUVs, Sam.
So much SUV capability. Is that?
Ford F-Series, the best-selling trucks for 47 years. And a big selection means...
big savings?
Yep, which means...
it's the best time to buy?
Well done, Sam. And time for America to get holiday ready with Ford.
Based on 1977 to 2023 CY Industry reported total sales.
Hey, Texan Nation. This season, Crown Royal is giving back to the hosts that make game day royal. To the fans that open their doors and celebrate game day around coffee tables of queso and kitchen islands of dip. Crown Royal believes if you live generously, life will treat you royally. So this NFL season, raise a glass for the hosts of every cookout and watch party. And kick off with Crown. Visit crownroyal.com to find out more about how Crown is giving back to game day hosts this NFL season. Please drink responsibly.
Mark Vandermeer, Andre Ware, and John Harris with you. Robert Hensley is our producer and halftime host, and he's wearing a very understated Christmas suit today that lights up. I think it's a fire hazard. Aaron Rabel, the engineer, Ryan Rocket back at the studio at Network Control, and Chris Santiago at the highlight work. Texans down 10-0, but they just made a couple of big plays on defense to get the ball back. Stopping a Ravens drive for the first time today, stopping them from scoring for the first time today. Down 10-0, 13:23 to go in the second. And this quarter is brought to you by CDW, people who get it, by Texas Children's, teaming up with the Houston Texans to encourage kids to play 60 every day, and by Victory Live, connecting the world of live experiences. You know, the offense needs to experience the end zone here. as the Texans are at their 18-yard line following the stop of the Ravens. Texans in H-Town uniforms today, Ravens in white with the dark pants, dark helmets. And let's quickly go downstairs and check in with John Harris. John.
Before that drive, as you threw it down to me, Mark, I look over and the defense just kind of rallied around D'Amico Ryans. And I wondered, okay, was a message delivered? Well, I don't know if there was, but Will Anderson made one. And those two plays are enough to kind of shake up the sideline like, hey, man, Will's here. The defense just got to stop. Offense, now it's your time. How do you respond? We'll see what they do here. They can throw it. If they can protect him, CJ can throw it.
Stroud under center with Mixon in the backfield. First down, Texans at the Houston 18-yard line. CJ fakes the give. He plants. And he dumps it out of the backfield incomplete. Wanted Joe, but he let him too far.
It's coming back anyway. There's a hold on Stover working against one of the... Yeah, it's Marlon Humphrey who he held coming off the edge.
Holding.
Almost tackled
87 offense. Half the distance to the goal. Replay. First down.
Boy, you look at sacks on the Ravens, Dre. They have so many DBs and non-D linemen, non-edge type players with sacks. They mix it up. Humphrey comes off the edge sometimes. Other DBs. Here's first down and 19 from the Houston 9. Stroud in the gun. One back. Two receivers left. CJ takes the snap. CJ looking. And he swings it out of the backfield to Mixon. Cuts inside 10, 15, and gets brought down across the 19-yard line. Good work there by Joe Mixon out of the backfield.
Well, and a good work by C.J. Stroud to know where to go with the football when things aren't open down the field. Know where your outlet is, your check down. And Mixon's as good at making people miss as there is. Marlon Humphrey is, 56 tackles coming into this game? Couldn't put a hand on Mixon in the open field.
Roquan Smith brought him down to make it 2nd and 9 from the Houston 19-yard line. Split backs for CJ, now motioned out of the backfield by Mechie. Stroud in the gun on 2nd and 9. Here's the snap. CJ with a little time, looking. He's got a lot of time. Now he throws it right sideline, and this is caught by Schultz, brought down at the 37-yard line of Houston. Good play by Stroud. Good catch by Schultz. Washington with the stop.
Boy, I tell you what, it was so long, it was almost like a delayed back shoulder throw. And the defender couldn't get his hands up fast enough to, it was Ardarius Washington who was in coverage.
On first down for the Houston 37, CJ to throw again, this time too wide of Mechie. And it's 2nd and 10. Texans were working fairly quickly there after getting the first down to Dalton Schultz. 11:59 to go, second quarter, 10-0 Ravens. Texans have crossed midfield on their first possession, but they're a bit stymied here today offensively.
Stroud's just a little bit off. I know he hit the last two passes or the previous two passes, but that one on a speed out should be just about automatic. The way Mechie ran the route and the separation he was able to give to CJ.
Mechie and Schultz cross, and CJ will be in the backfield, in the gun, one back, 2nd and 10. Stroud firing left side, hits Mechie, and he's brought out of bounds at the 46-yard line of Houston, about a yard short of a first down. Humphrey with the hit.
Trying to see if
they might take
catch
this
or not.
away.
They might.
Let's see. Stroud.
Rolling on the field, it's a completed pass with a forward fumble out of bounds. The ball will be returned to the spot of the fumble. Third down.
Okay, so they gave him the catch, and they say the fumble occurred at the 45, so it's 3rd down and 2.
Let's hurry up and get a play run before John Harbaugh throws the red flag out.
Well, I think it's a catch, but Humphrey punched it out after Mechie.
They're still talking about it.
Got the ball. I don't see a red flag on the sideline, but the officials conferring right now. 3 officials, Alan Eck, our referee, behind the Texans formation, and no announcement here apparently.
Well, the longer this goes with this conference, the more looks that his staff is going to get upstairs and relay the message whether to throw the red flag or not.
Hopefully the Netflix people are showing a promo. 3rd down and 2. From the Houston 45-yard line to keep this drive going. Stroud of the gun. Has a man in motion to the left. That's Nico. One back. On 3rd and 2, CJ hands off to Pierce, running right. Oh, no, he's going to keep it. And Stroud is dancing around. He's going to be sacked. Would have been better off giving it to Damian as Oweh got the sack deep in the backfield. That's the second time today a drive has been snuffed out on 3rd down by a Ravens sack.
That was a weird play. I mean, it looked as though, yeah, you're right, he should have given it to Pierce, but it looked like he almost stopped trying to fool the defense, and the defense wasn't fooled whatsoever. They end up with a sack.
It's all fine, but the ball's got to be gone instantly.
Absolutely. Because he never moved or dropped back after the play fake to Pierce.
Took a big loss. Now here's Tommy with a rocket. Sims backpedaling inside the 10, makes the catch at the 7. Dancing around, heads up the left side, and he's going to be brought down inside the 7-yard line. Texans special teamers getting there, and Neville Hewitt finished them off. There's a flag down inside the 15. Sims got free for a moment, but he could not get upfield, and a hat comes out of bounds or comes down from one of the officials, and this is usually against the coverage team. Oh boy, you cannot afford another mistake on special teams.
It's like someone went out of bounds without being forced out.
Player out of bounds during the kick, number 17 of the kicking team.
This boy.
Receiving team is elected to force a 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay, 4th down.
So they're going to replay the down here with 10:27 to go in the second quarter. Texans down 10-0 because the Ravens, even with 5 yards, just get out across their 10-yard line. And that was a beautiful punt by Tommy Townsend.
Beautiful.
And Frank Ross has to be wondering, these guys are so coached how that happens. And they're so well coached to not do those things. Now, things are going to happen from time to time, but that's the second special teams penalty of the day, and we are not even midway through the second quarter yet. And the first one was extremely costly because the Ravens had it at their 5-yard line, and it ended up at their 23. So let's see if Tommy can get a hold of this one again. Steven Sims back at the 25-yard line of Baltimore. Townsend at the Houston 13 awaits the snap from John Weeks. Texans down 10-0 in the second. Snap on target. Tommy unloads. And this is another missile as Sims goes back. He's going to let this one bounce, and it's going to bounce inside the 5 and hold up as it's down at the 3-yard line. D'Angelo Ross downs it. It's a beautiful bounce that it took for Tommy Townsend.
A 90-degree left turn is what it took. It looked as though it may bounce into the end zone, just eventually turned left and just started to make its way to a stop. And the Texans going to have great field position here from a defensive standpoint.
A 70-yard punt by Tommy Townsend. You want to talk about a field flipper. Texans down 10-0. Baltimore pinned back deep. 10:15 to go in the second. We'll be back after this message from your local station.
Touchdown, Houston!
Texans fans, get more of the great content you crave right now on the SiriusXM app. Just search Houston Texans on the app and tap the favorite star. You not only hear the game with your hometown announcers, but you'll also get access to the pre- and post-game shows. And come back during the week for extra Texans content, including coach and player press conferences, special team-specific shows, interviews, and much more. It's all on the SiriusXM app. Download it and search Houston Texans today.
Send 2024 packing with a full-blown party music experience.
fantasy football season comes down to this. Get the edge you need with Fantasy Sports Radio. You have two choices. Go home a fantasy football champion or just go home.
You gotta go with the guys who got you here. Don't overthink it.
You've made it this far. Don't give up the title because you made the wrong roster move or made the wrong start-sit decision. Fantasy Sports Radio, Channel 87, and on the Sirius XM app.
You're listening to the Houston Texans.
Touchdown, Houston.
On Sirius XM.
Back at NRG Stadium where the Ravens lead the Texans 10-0. This scoreboard is brought to you by MJ Marketing, your vision, our priority. The game earlier today saw the Chiefs in Pittsburgh take down the Steelers 29-20, bringing their record to a 15-1 count. Other games to be played this weekend are actually Sunday. Lions traveling all the way out to the West Coast to take on the 49ers. Falcons, who are still in the mix for a playoff spot, they go to Washington to face the Commanders on Sunday. Packers and Vikings should be a really good one. Dolphins and Browns, Cowboys and Eagles. Cowboys have won 4 out of their last 5 games.
Baltimore up 10-0, 10:15 to go in the second here. The Ravens at their 4-yard line. Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson in the Ravens end zone, set to go to work. Handoff Henry running to the left. He's going to be brought down for a safety. Lassiter off the edge. The Texans score. The deuce.
Surprising with it being Derrick Henry that he tried to bounce it, knowing exactly where he was on the field. But Lassiter, give him credit, a bigger man, probably as fast. He's out there on the edge by himself and is able to get Derrick Henry on the ground for a safety. That could be the thing that turns this game entirely around.
Johnny Harrison Q called for complimentary football during the break, and the Texans got it. The beautiful punt, 70 yards by Townsend. Ravens inside the 5. They had to take the snap from their end zone because they're going out of the gun. And Henry gets dropped by Lassiter for a big loss and 2 points. Texans will get the ball on the free kick.
You score a touchdown here. Coach Vandermeer.
Oh, but here we go.
You're going for 2, or you're going to kick the extra point?
You know what? Let's worry about that later.
Oh, come on. You got to give me an answer.
Let's cross that bridge when we get there. But I'll tell you what, I'll go for 2.
I'm going for it as well.
Not my decision, but I'll go for 2.
Yeah, I'm going for it as well when that happens. Trying to speak this into existence.
Dare and Damian are going back pretty deep here because Tucker's got the big leg. Oh, they're going to go with the punter, Stout, to do it. Jordan Stout.
See all the fun's out of this.
Well,
it used to be a punt.
Yeah.
Now it's this.
Yeah, from the 20 instead of the
please
35.
Please give me the old rules back.
I'll lobby
year.
for your cause at the NFL meeting in March.
This has been a bad experiment.
So,
I'll just say it that way.
On the quote free kick, you have the players still lined up 5 yards apart, 35 and 40-yard line, but the kickoff point goes back to the 20-yard line of Baltimore. And here are 2 men back deep for the Houston Texans, Damian Pierce and Dario Gunbowale. Tucker blasts it, Stout rather, blasts it, and 2 yards deep. Little hesitation by Pierce, but he brings it out. Across the 20, 25, 30, still going, breaks a tackle, 35, 40, and finally brought down at the 44-yard line, Damian Pierce. Nice return, great field position for Houston.
That's got to fire up Frank Ross, the special teams coordinator for the Texans. I mean, he was a little ticked off after Chris Boyd went out of bounds on that punt. The next punt actually worked out better for the Texans, and this kick return to about the 43 has got to fire up Frank Ross.
45-yard return for Damian. First down Texans at the Houston 43. One back Mixon, Stroud under center. CJ looks at a 5-man front. Handoff Mixon over left guard. Big collision, takes it up to the 48-yard line as Brent Urban is in on the tackle. 4-yard run Mixon.
Well, special teams, they're doing their job. The defense did its job. Now it's time for the offense to wake up and join this party.
Absolutely. Complete the complimentary cycle. Texans down 10-2. 9:32 to go. Second quarter. Clock moving. Woods to the right side, tight to the line. Two receivers stacked left. Now Schultz goes wide right as Stroud is in the gun on 2nd down and 6 from the Houston 47. CJ firing over the middle, and a nice diving catch by reliable Robert Woods at the 37-yard line of the Ravens. Deepest penetration of the day for the Houston Texans. Robert rolling on the ground, picking up 16 yards.
Diggs out, now Tank Dell out. You're looking for somebody to step up. Robert Woods could certainly be that player that you're looking for.
Texans huddle up. Woods out to the right side. One back mix in, Stroud under center. Stover winged left after motion, now goes back to the right. Here's the toss to Mixon. Running right, needs to cut it back, and he's going to be brought down at the 39-yard line. 2-yard loss here as Humphrey came up to make the hit, and the Ravens clearly not fooled on that play. Like they knew it was coming. 2nd down and 12.
David Ajabo was the guy who turned Mixon back inside and allowed everyone else to kind of make a play on it for that 2-yard loss that you just described.
8:10 to go, second quarter, clock moving. Texans down 8. 2 receivers left, 1 back. Joe still in there on 2nd down and 12. Now they'll set up in the offset eye.
He's got Nico one-on-one, Mark.
CJ fakes the give. There's instant pressure. He steps up. He fires to the right side, and he can't get enough on the ball for Mechie. It's 3rd down. He was hit as he threw it.
Yeah, just too much immediate pressure there, and I guess it was someone else other than Nico. He's checking himself in right now. I think it was Jarrett Wayne who was one-on-one on the outside. And, you go through all this scheming and motions and formation changes, hoping to get the one-on-one situation. And when you find it, you got to take advantage of it.
Play clock down to 10 as they get to the line of scrimmage.
Gotta hurry.
3rd down and 12 at the Ravens 39-yard line. Stroud in the gun, 1 back Dare. CJ takes the snap. Stroud plants, fires, and got a man at the 30-yard line. Mechie short of a 1st down by 3 as he's pushed back by Roquan Smith.
He might have to think about going for it here.
Momentum, 7:40 to go, second quarter, clock moving. Texans down 8. They're going to leave the offense on the field.
I like it.
It would be a 48-yard kick from here. And everybody's got to be quiet. Let the offense operate. Play clock already at 18. Got to get the right call. 4th down and 3.
Maybe you go hard count here.
Maybe. Stroud in the gun. 4th down and 3 at the Baltimore 30. Here's the snap. CJ looking. CJ firing downfield to his right and too high for Woods. And there's a flag down. Woods interfered with. Texans are going to get a break here. PI.
Darius Washington in coverage to that side is the guilty party. And that ball, they're going to talk about it because I'm not sure it was catchable, but here we go. Look at the official.
Number 44 defense. The ball will be placed. It's not a foul.
It's Christmas.
First down.
Give it to the Texans.
Well, that's totally got bailed out. I know interference is interference, but he wasn't going to catch that ball if he wasn't interfered with.
Ball at the 10, 1st and goal. We're in the TDECU red zone. For every trip to the red zone this year, TDECU makes a donation to KIPP Sunnyside Schools in support of students and faculty. 1st and goal at the 10. Handoff, Mixon over left guard across the 5 and rolls down inside the 3. Tagged by Hamilton. 2nd and goal.
Got to get the ball in the end zone here, and then we can play out the situation we talked about before this drive started.
Stover, Woods, and Irv Smith check in. Heavy run unit. 2nd and goal at the 3. Texans huddle up. Ravens substitute. Play clock down to 14 as Houston gets to the line of scrimmage. And the officials hold them up. And there's a Raven slow to get off the field.
They substituted, so they're going to allow.
Play clock down to 5. Got to get this snap. 2nd and goal at the 3. CJ takes the snap. Hands off to Mixon. Dancing to the right. Met and pushed back. Could not get across the line of scrimmage. Humphrey gets there first, but off the bottom of the pile here is Roquan Smith. And now it's 3rd and goal.
4 down territory?
I think it depends on what you get here. I don't know. 4th and 4 seems a lot. 6:05 to go in the second quarter. 10-2. The Texans trailing.
I think it should be. You're trying to win this game. You get pinned down here. The defense is playing well. You're sending a message to the offensive line, if it doesn't happen right here, that, hey, we need you guys to get some push on 4th down.
3rd and goal from the 4. Stroud with the empty backfield. Takes the snap. Looking. CJ firing underneath. Incomplete. Humphrey broke it up. Intended for John Mechie. It's 4th down.
And they isn't even going to hesitate. Right back in the huddle. Get the play called and going for it here. Cannot pick up a first down. It's touchdown or bust right now.
Play coming in from Bobby Slowick. Play clock down to 20. Texans huddle up. 4th and goal from the 4. Down 10-2 with 5:39 to go in the second quarter. Big moment here in this game. Stroud in the gun. One back. Mechie in motion to the right. 4th and goal from the 4. CJ gets the snap. CJ looking, firing to the right. Got a man, Mixon going for the pylon. He's not going to get there. Not going to get there. Tre'Davious Wright,
my
goodness. White rather, putting up the wall. And Mixon just had too much traffic on that side. Texans turn it over on down.
Someone had Mixon around the legs, which allowed White to come in and kind of clean things up.
Humphrey.
It was Humphrey. But once he got him going kind of sideways with just kind of cut his momentum, then White was able to come in and make a heck of a tackle.
Texans trailing 10-2. Back on defense. Ravens pinned it there. 1 with 5:31 to go in the second. This is Texans Radio.
If your day sounds like,
we need the report ASAP.
You deserve Modelo. If you've persevered through, you deserve this rich golden lager with a crisp but refreshing taste. Or if you overcame,
2 more reps, 2 more.
you deserve this ice cold reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Port Chicago, Illinois.
How close can you get with Verizon Access? Front row close. Red carpet close.
Oh my God!
Backstage passes close. Playing quarterback for your favorite NFL team close. Okay, not that close. But watching from the sidelines close? You bet. Get into the experiences you love, like concerts, games, and exclusive pre-sales just for being a Verizon customer. Verizon Access. You're in. Woo! Learn more at verizon.com/access.
Hey, Texans fans, you're invited to Louisiana's largest casino resort, Coshada. Coshada Casino Resort has the largest and most spacious gaming floor in the Lake Charles area, with thousands of the newest slots, over 55 table games, live bingo, and off-track betting. Plus, 3 beautiful hotels, delicious Cajun cuisine, and the #1 rated golf course in Louisiana at Coshada Casino Resort, Louisiana's best bet.
We have 5:31 to go before the break. The Texans down 10-2 to the Baltimore Ravens. And they did not get in on 4th and goal from the 4. They got 3 yards, though, and the Ravens having it there. 1 to start this possession. Let's go down to the field and check in with John Harris.
And the Ravens just checked in Josh Jones and Patrick Ricard. And 22's in the huddle. Guess who's getting his football? I know the last one we tackled him in the end zone as they ran duo and he bounced it. This is going to be that wham trap over that left side that he has hit the seam every time. So they've got to close down that hole and hopefully force him to bounce again and maybe get another one. That'd be kind of nice, but you just can't let him get downhill right now. Because I've seen Derrick Henry go 99 on a lot of AFC South teams. I saw him go 95 on us against Tennessee in 2020. You cannot give him a seam because he will outrun everybody to the end zone.
Johnny, he is not going to go sideways. He's not going to bounce it after the last play that he handled the ball. He is coming right downhill into the living room of this Texans defense.
Ravens with a first down at their 1. Offset I formation. Henry the tailback. Handoff. Henry running left. Has room. Tripped up across the 5-yard line. And it's a good thing he got tripped up. Autry in the area. And Henry picks up about 7 here.
Thank goodness. Because he is about to be one-on-one with a safety, and you know how hard that is to bring him down.
With a head of steam.
With the stiff arm that he has to keep you at bay for however long he needs to.
2nd down and 3 at the Ravens 8. Offset I formation. Jackson will throw. Just shoots the ball to the 19-yard line. Caught. Lassiter with the tackle on Rashad Bateman, flipping him up. It's a 1st down for Baltimore. 11 yards on the play.
Well, what arm angle change and the accuracy with the arm angle change. I mean, it went from like you're trying as a shortstop flipping it to second to turning a double play. I mean, that's kind of where it came from. My goodness. And then the accuracy with it to Bateman.
Man, Bateman wasn't exactly standing still. Ran into that area.
Bateman's having a career year himself.
1st down Ravens from their 20. Pistol set. Derrick Henry the back. Here's motion by Flowers to the right. Jackson fakes the give. He's got a little time. Now flushed out to the right. Jackson on the move. Squares up. Fires back to the middle of the field. And sliding catch by Zay Flowers. And a flag is down back at the line of scrimmage. Flowers caught it at about the 36-yard line of Baltimore. Is this coming back?
Looks like it, because there's a Baltimore offensive lineman that has not moved. It's either Linderbaum or McCary.
Why waste the energy, right?
Well, if you know you did it, it's like, well, I know I did it. Let me just stay right here.
Ineligible player downfield, number 79, offense. 5-yard penalty. Replay, 1st down.
It's Ronnie Stanley, the left tackle, leaving.
You know how hard it's got to be for those guys sometimes? With Lamar Jackson?
Is he running? Is he not running?
Exactly. Do I want to go down and throw a block for him? And when they release, now all of a sudden he throws the football. It's an ineligible receiver downfield.
1st and 15, Ravens from their 15-yard line. Under 4 minutes to play, 2nd quarter. 10-2, the Ravens lead. Jackson in the gun, 3 receivers right, 1 back, Derrick Henry. 4-man front, Houston. Handoff Henry, and Henry over the right side and tripped up at the 19-yard line. Man, they got him early as Miles Bryant and Tommy Togiai got him, but he still picks up 4.5 yards.
That's crazy. I mean, you engage him right around the line of scrimmage, and he's still able to kind of, on one leg, with a guy hanging on his right leg, kind of hop to 4 yards.
As a play caller, I don't know how you ever not give it to him.
He'd be burned out if I had him. It'd be 40 carries a game.
Henry in the backfield. Jackson in the gun. 2nd and 10. Ravens from their 20-yard line. Jackson takes the snap. He's going to throw it. And he's going to be under pressure. Now Jackson escapes to the right side. Unloads to Andrews across the 40, 45, stiff arm 50. The 40 of Houston. Down the right sideline. There's traffic. And he's pushed down inside the 15-yard line by Caleb Bullock. How did that happen? Jackson got free and found the tight end who took it into the red zone.
Yeah, he stiff arm Neville Hewitt, who was in coverage with Andrews. And that's a mismatch in itself. I'm sorry, Christian Harris. And he's usually a better pass defender than what he showed there. Big play to Andrews. And now here come the Ravens in the red zone of the Texans.
67-yard pass play to the tight end, Mark Andrews. 1st down, Ravens at the Houston 13-yard line. Pistol set. Here's Derrick Henry over right guard. Henry stacked at the 10, 3-yard pickup.
And he's going for more if he doesn't run up the back of Ronnie Stanley.
Danielle Hunter helping on that stop.
They're pulling the tackle around. Everybody blocks down. And he goes right behind Stanley, runs right up his back, and that tripped him up.
2-minute warning arrives. Ball just inside the 10. Texans down 10-2 and backs against the end zone. This is Texans Radio.
Amity Bank and Milton Frank Plumbing and Cooling work together to put the us in business banking by taking advantage of some serious fraud protection tools. Now it's your turn with your own dedicated Amity banker with banking experience in your industry, because you're more than a customer. We're more than a bank, and together we'll help put your business on solid financial footing through the ups, downs, and everything in between by keeping a watchful eye on your company's finances. Here we collaborate. Here you grow. Amity Bank, a division of Zions Bank Corporation and a member FDIC, official business bank of the Houston Texans.
Hey Texans fans, you may have noticed that NFL players are big and strong and that playing football requires them to be pretty tough. But that doesn't mean they haven't had to deal with bullying before. If you or someone you know is being bullied, be yourself. Use your voice. Leave. and look out for others. Join Toro and the Texans as they take the bull out of bullying. Presented by NOV. For more information, visit HoustonTexans.com/bullying.
What does it take to make the world's most awarded tequila? 1800 Tequila knows it takes dedication down to every drop. It's more than just harvesting the finest blue agave. It's using it in a 200-year-old recipe recognized by tequila experts as the best in its class. So when you choose 1800 Tequila, you choose taste above all. 1800, the best taste in tequila. 1800 Tequila, Proximo, Jersey City, New Jersey. 21 and older, please drink responsibly.
2 minutes to play, second quarter. Texans were making a little run, if you will, momentum-wise, with the safety after a great punt by Townsend and a great return by Pierce on the free kick. Offense got it in a goal-to-go, but could not score in 4 downs. And here are the Ravens inside the Houston 10 with a 2nd and 6. Let's go down to the field and check in with John Harris. Johnny.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Lamar Jackson, how many times have we said this, guys? Oh, Lamar Jackson almost sacked, and then he gets out of it. And then Andrews gets up the field. I mean, Miles Bryant was right there. It was a perfect play call. And that's the one thing about playing Lamar Jackson, in addition to Derrick Henry. You can have the perfect play call. But if you don't make one tackle, now everybody's watching what he does. Everybody else in the Ravens is moving into a position to make a play, and then Lamar makes a play. And that's the killer right now. Mark Andrews going down the sideline. It's unfortunate, but we talked about during the break. Derrick Henry has 94 yards. That's inexcusable. If you're going to have any chance of winning this football game, that's got to end right now. You got to keep that to no more than 140 and really shut down the second half. But you got to hold them to 3. The best case right here is hold them to 3 and get out of this thing 13-2 going to half.
And by the way, when he gets out of all that, he's one of the fastest players on the field. So you're not
backs here inside the 10, 2nd down. Jackson fakes the give, and he's scrambling, squares up. How can they not get him? He throws to the end zone, caught, touchdown, Isaiah Likely. Jackson had all day to throw.
What a play.
As the Texans could not bring him down. And they get the touchdown pass, 9 yards. Lamar Jackson to Isaiah Likely and the Ravens.
Danielle Hunter couldn't put a hand on Lamar, and they were almost in a phone booth together. Could not touch him. Bought enough time for Isaiah Likely to get himself open, and that's both tight ends who have made plays in this game. Andrews with a catch for 67 yards, and then Likely with that touchdown reception.
Here's Tucker for the extra point. Spot between the hashes, 33 yards away. South end zone uprights. Here's the kick. It's good. And the Ravens are on fire. 17-2. They lead the Houston Texans. Timeout on the field. 1:51 to go before the break. Texans have all 3 timeouts to work with. This is Texans Radio.
The same things that help your favorite team win are also the same things that can help your family business win. Things like hard work, dedication, and knowing how to make a big play. It's how teams win and how businesses succeed. And to secure your success, adding a committed, dedicated team member like Amegy Bank. Because when you do that, there's no way you can lose. We're here, we're available, and we're ready to go to work. Amegy Bank, we put the family in business banking. Amegy Bank, a division of Zions Bank Corporation, N.A., member FDIC.
The Houston Texans and Chevron have teamed up with the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Houston and the Houston Food Bank to create the Chevron Market Pantry at the Houston Texans Team Club. The partnership provides food to the local community and is run by Team Club members and Chevron volunteers. Together, we're helping make Houston a better place to call home.
You sit in traffic now, but later, there's an ice-cold reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. You've earned this rich golden lager with a crisp, refreshing taste. Because you know all your patience is paid out in gold. You remain calm through honks, bumper to bumper, and people yelling. You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Lamar Jackson just bought a half a day of passing time, scrambling to the right side, and found Isaiah Likely in the end zone with a 9-yard TD pass to make the score 17-2 Ravens. 1:51 to go before halftime. And at the half, we'll have an extended half. Robert Hensley, our halftime host, will keep you up to date with everything going on around the NFL. And the first half of this one, we'll drop in on Beyonce performing to the crowd here, and then get you ready for the third quarter as the Texans, on their second H-Town day, first time out they wore these uniforms, they beat the Buffalo Bills. Now, the day is young. There's a lot that can be done, but that was a 99-yard Raven drive to answer any Texans momentum, as Houston had a goal to go, could not score on 4th and goal from the 4, and then ended up surrendering the 99-yard ensuing Ravens possession as Baltimore is up 15 points on Houston. 2 men back deep for H-Town in the south end zone as Stout will kick off. Damian Pierce and Dare Ogunbowale back deep. Pierce had a 45-yard return on the free kick. This is a deep drive that no one's going to touch. I think that went through the uprights or close to it. In to the audience here in the end zone. Stats are brought to you by Kroger. Sign up for Kroger Boost today. C.J. Stroud 9 for 15, 94 yards. Joe Mixon 7 carries, 16. Nico has 2 catches. Mechie has 2. Robert Woods had a big catch for a first down. We need a lot more of that. 17-2. Texans have time to answer before the break. Anything would help, as Houston will get the ball first in the third quarter. Stroud of the gun, first down for the Houston 31 back. CJ fakes the give. CJ drops back way deep, steps up, fires over the middle, and caught by Mechie at the 49-yard line. A rolling catch as the Texans move the ball 19 yards.
Excellent drive starter there. CJ throwing that dime to Mechie, who was able to hold on to it.
CJ out of the gun. They work quickly. To the right sideline he goes, and X catches the ball and steps out of bounds across the 43-yard line, 8 yards.
Nice little speed out to the right side of the formation to X. Catches it right in rhythm, but he had to make an adjustment to catch it. It wasn't out in front of him. He had to turn around, and you don't want to leave too many of those in the field to play because they usually go the other way in tight coverage.
1:26 to go before the break. All 3 timeouts to work with for D'Amico Ryans. Second down and 2 at the Ravens 43. Stroud in the gun, 1 back. Dare. Now they'll go split backs after motion. CJ takes the snap, looking, and firing over the middle, and incomplete. A little bit too far in front of Nico Collins. It's 3rd and 2.
Boy, Marlon Humphrey was playing shallow center field and almost stepped in front of that one. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, boy, Nico had a good shot at that one, Trey, going down.
I think Humphrey may have blinded him just slightly from the football.
Got to get the first down here. 1:22 to go. Second quarter, down 17-2. It's 3rd down and 2 at the Baltimore 43. Stroud in the gun. 3 receivers left side, tight to the line after motion. Here's the snap. Here's pressure. Stroud hustling the ball left side, and errant throw. Had to rush it to Dalton Schultz, and now it's 4th and 2.
Just seems a little off today.
They're going to punt this ball.
A couple of errant throws by CJ. I know he's hit Nico on a couple of nice-looking throws, but the crowd doesn't like this punt.
Well, I'm not sure what to think here because you had 4th and goal at the 4. You went for it. Now it's 4th and 2 at their 43, and you're down 2 scores.
Well, what you don't want to have happen is you punt this away with 1:18 on the clock. The Ravens have 3 timeouts, and they go down and put another score on the board somehow.
Townsend gets the snap. Here's the reverse spin on the ball. Bounces at the goal line, and it's going to come out to the 20. So you gained 23 yards against the Ravens in field position. And let's see what they do. They have all day with the timeouts, Trey, to run whatever they want here before intermission.
That they do, and what they'll be looking for here on first down is some type of drive starter. Just something to get them going, and if they get enough, anything over 7 yards, then they'll go into 2-minute mode and try to get in the end zone, or at the very least line up for a Justin Tucker field goal attempt.
It's 17-2. Trying to make the stop here, and if you make an early negative play, you have a chance to get the ball back even.
How about an interception
I'll
right
take
here?
it right here. Thank you. First down, Ravens at their 20. Mitchell in the backfield. Lamar Jackson in the gun. He's got Bateman short side right. First down Ravens at the Baltimore 20-yard line. Here's the snap to Lamar Jackson. Dumps it off to Mitchell, cuts inside, 25, 30, 35, 40, still going, and brought down outside the 45-yard line.
There's the drive starter they wanted.
My goodness, they got 23 yards on first down to Keaton Mitchell.
Yeah, little screen pass to Mitchell, got it started. Here they go, right into I may have called a timeout to keep this clock.
They mark it at the 48-yard line of the Ravens, and here's Jackson out of the gun. Firing left sideline and too high for Zay Flowers. Bullock hustling over there, and if that ball was on target, Flowers has an easy catch.
I mean, 3 times, just from a coaching standpoint, why wouldn't you call a timeout after that big play?
Exactly, because
you got 3 of them.
end zone.
Yeah, you're thinking end zone at that point, as opposed to, a field goal or having to actually hurry.
Grateful that they missed that opportunity and burned valuable seconds. 39 seconds to go in the half. The Ravens still with 3 timeouts. Second down and 10 from the Baltimore 48. Derrick Henry is in the backfield. Jackson in the gun. Jackson to throw. Jackson stepping up, throwing downfield to his right, and incomplete. There was some pressure there in the form of Will Anderson Jr. disrupting the throw of Lamar Jackson. It's 3rd and 10.
I think somebody may have hit him on the arm. It may have been Will, but he certainly didn't follow through with that throw like he has some others in this game. So the presence of Will Anderson was felt there on Lamar Jackson.
34 seconds to go, second quarter. 17-2 Ravens. Here's a 3rd and 10 from the Baltimore 48-yard line. Ravens with a little confusion here as the play clock is down to 8 already. Jackson walking up to the line, and they're going to spend a timeout, which is a good idea for them with the play clock down to 3 and the ball nowhere near being snapped. All right, we're going to keep it right here and send it right down to the field and check in with John Harris. Johnny?
In these passing situations, the Texans are getting heat. Will Anderson is dominating Roger Rosengarten. But the problem is they sneak that screen in behind with Keaton Mitchell, and all of a sudden they knew it was man-to-man. Lamar got a cue with the motion. They sent Keaton out in a little short motion to the left. Miles Bryant and Henry To'oTo'o went out with him. Lamar was like, that's man. They changed the play to a screen the other way. Texans couldn't get over there. That's a great job. And that's the one thing to me about Lamar. Football IQ is off the charts. He is smart. He sees things. He knows. It's more than just athletic ability with him. He hurts you with his mind as well.
Yeah, I mean, he ran a pro-style offense in college with Bobby Petrino. And so people talking about whether or not he can pick up an offense, this, that, or the other, he already had.
3rd down and 10 Ravens from their 48. Jackson in the gun. Henry to his left, but forward of the quarterback. And here's the snap. Here's pressure instantly. Jackson over the middle and incomplete. 4th down, 29 seconds to go. The Texans will get it back with a chance to do something here, Andre.
Yeah, looked like Flowers got tangled up with Lassiter, and they just let him play. The Texans do a nice job of kind of turning things on its head here, and the Ravens, they got to punt it away with 29 seconds left.
Murray and Hunter hit the quarterback legally. And here's Woods inside the 10, hoping for an opportunity as Jordan Stout, the 3rd-year punter from Penn State, will unload. Short game, reverse spin. Woods, fair catch called for and made at the 15-yard line with 21 seconds to go. Let's pause 10 seconds here for station identification. This is Texans Radio.
Listen to groundbreaking interviews and thrilling play-by-play all season long. Touchdown! On SiriusXM NFL Radio Channel 88 and the SiriusXM app.
Another special teams dust-up. Haven't had one of those yet, so we were due, I guess. 21 seconds to go. Texans with all 3 timeouts. And how do you handle this? You're at your 15-yard line. Maybe drive starter, burn a timeout. What do you think?
I get a drive starter going with the amount of time, all 3 timeouts in my back pocket. I'm trying to score here. Being down 17-2.
Anything helps.
You're trying to at least get a field goal on the board.
Bunch formation right now. They'll go into split backs with Stroud of the gun from the 15-yard line. 1st and 10. Here's the snap. Here's pressure. CJ hustling the throw right side, incomplete because he had to. Oweh with the pressure. Stroud slow to get up.
He's not getting up fast. Finally took the hand of one of the offensive linemen and They help him up, but you can't hold it. You cannot let something bad happen here trying to squeeze the ball into coverage.
Well, he came down on that right shoulder. Odafe Owe, another Penn Stater, bringing down CJ. And a timeout on the field as they look at Stroud, who's hunched over inside the 5-yard line. And CJ is going to walk off. Came down on the shoulder. Don't know exactly what it is. Here comes Davis Mills for at least one play. 17 seconds to go. And it's a 2nd and 10. Probably not an ideal throwing situation for a cold Mills coming off the bench. 17-2 our count with 17 seconds on the clock in the second quarter.
And CJ's throwing on the sideline, so I think
trying to get loosened
he'll
up.
be back on the field here after this play.
Mills out of the gun. He's going to hand off to Dare, running left, takes it across the 20, and he's down across the 28-yard line as the stop is made by Tre'Davious White. And the clock's going to stop with 11 seconds to go.
And CJ right back in the huddle. Davis Mills, job done, and right back to the sideline.
11 seconds to go. And the Ravens are the ones who stop the clock. Texans have 2 timeouts left.
They're hoping that the Texans are trying to pick this up where they can poke the ball out, get an easy score, a turnover of some sort in this situation, because they know the Texans are trying to move into position to score. So
make them punt it?
Right. Well, you got to make sure you have your hands on the football here and you're protecting it, whether it's a pass or a run.
3rd down and 1 from the Houston 24-yard line. 11 seconds to go in the second quarter. Stroud under center, Dare in the backfield. CJ's just going to hand off. Dare has the first down across the 25 to the 26 as Roquan Smith makes the tackle, and the clock will bleed down to 0 as we've reached the half. The Houston Texans trail the Ravens 17-2 at NRG Stadium. Coming up, Robert Hensley with scores and info from around the NFL on the Caesars Rewards halftime show. This is Texans Radio.
At H-E-B, we know that game day is about more than the game itself. The taste of victory is unparalleled, but so is the taste of H-E-B jalapeno poppers hot off the grill. Seeing the best players in their prime is truly something to behold. So is an H-E-B Prime 1 burger that you grilled to perfection. For low prices on all the things that make game day great and delicious, visit H-E-B, your official game day headquarters, or use the My H-E-B app to start prepping for game day right away.
As the official ticket marketplace of the Houston Texans and the NFL, Ticketmaster has a wide selection of tickets available for every game. Whether you're cheering on the Texans at home or away, Ticketmaster has you covered. With Ticketmaster's interactive seat map, you'll get a 360-degree preview of your seat so you can make sure you have the best view of those pivotal plays. Plus, the Ticketmaster app makes it easy to sell or transfer tickets if your plans change. And mobile tickets make getting in on game day a breeze. Find tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Houston Texans.
Houston, gear up for game day with One Medical. We work with your insurance just like any other doctor's office, but we offer so much more. Get in-person and remote care from compassionate providers whenever you need it. From same or next day appointments that start on time to on-site drop-in lab services, we make it faster, easier, and more enjoyable to look after your health. We have also partnered with Houston Methodist for easier access to specialty care. Experience exceptional care for the entire family with One Medical. To learn more, visit onemedical.com today.
Playoff football is in the air as the Texans prepare for their run in the AFC. And Paramount Plus is your home to stream every NFL on CBS playoff game. Log into Paramount Plus from any device and stream every round of the NFL playoffs from the wild card to the AFC Championship. That's 4 CBS playoff games, all streaming live on Paramount Plus. This could be the year the Texans go on a deep playoff run. So sign up and get ready for all the playoff action. Visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started today.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
H is up, H-Town. Rep this city by repping the H with your Houston Texans. Get your hands on fresh premium threads in our new light blue color that we like to call H-Town Blue. H-Town? Drive on over to our Texan Team shop at NRG Stadium anytime Monday to Saturday from 10 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. to pick up exclusive and limited time only merchandise so you can rep the Texans your way. Visit HoustonTexans.com/shop for directions to our store. See you soon.
Live from NRG Stadium, I'm Robert Hensley. Time for the Caesars Awards halftime report. Caesars Awards for every way you play. Hoping you all are having a very Merry Christmas, getting to spend time with your loved ones on this holiday. Thank you for spending part of your day with Texans radio as well. We are at halftime here. The Ravens leading the Texans 17-2, and an army of performers and dancers and cars, white cars, making their way onto the field here before this sellout crowd as they eagerly await Beyonce's appearance here for the halftime show. This is an unusual game as Netflix is carrying this game on Christmas Day, part of their doubleheader, and with that special occasion, we get a special performance at halftime from Beyonce, who, of course, grew up as a child in the Houston area and is coming back home to play songs from her Cowboy Carter release. She has not played these songs yet in a concert fashion, and the crowd is getting revved up here, getting ready for Beyonce to come. Let's catch you up on the action here. If you're a little late getting to the game, catching up on what's going on with all the things going on for Christmas Day, we will bring you up to date. The Ravens came out of the gate ready to run in this one. Derrick Henry leading the way on the ground, finishing it off with a 2-yard touchdown run on the Ravens' opening drive, and Baltimore was up 7-0 early. On Baltimore's second possession, the Texans' defense found a way to stop Jackson and company, but Justin Tucker nailed a long field goal, and the Ravens were up 10-0 late in the first quarter. The Texans' offense without Tank Dell, of course, for the rest of the season, really struggled to get rolling in the first quarter, but the defense found its footing early in the second after a 70-yard punt pinned the Ravens on their 4-yard line. Kamari Lassiter took down Henry in the end zone for a safety. Texans finally on the scoreboard with a 2-pointer, first safety for this team in more than 2 years. December of 2022, actually, the last time the Texans defense registered a safety. That made it 10-2, and the offense, with the help of a big pass interference call, took the ball all the way down to the Ravens 1, but the Texans could not punch it into the end zone. Joe Mixon knocked out of bounds on the 1-yard line, just shy of scoring a touchdown on 4th down, and the Ravens took over and marched 99 yards for their second touchdown of the day. This time Lamar Jackson dancing around in the backfield for a while until Isaiah Likely came open. Jackson to Likely from 9 yards out for a 17-2 Ravens lead, and that's where we stand at the half. And yes, Beyonce is on the stage here. She has emerged. Let's let you listen in a little bit to the halftime show here from NRG Stadium. Beyonce with a sellout crowd here on Christmas Day. Merry Christmas to you all. Thanks for joining us this afternoon. Let's take a look around the rest of the league. One NFL game already in the books today. The Chiefs went into Pittsburgh and brought the Cole present to the Steel City. Patrick Mahomes throwing for 320 yards and 3 touchdowns as Kansas City cruised to a 29-10 victory. That clinches the number 1 seed in the AFC playoffs for the defending Super Bowl champs. If an AFC team is going to go to the Super Bowl, that road is likely going to lead through Kansas City. And with that loss, Pittsburgh falls to 10-6 on the season, and that puts them in second place in the AFC North if the Ravens win here in Houston today. The Steelers would fall to the 5th seed, and that is important because the Texans, currently in the 4th seed, will be playing the 5th seed in the AFC playoffs, and If Baltimore wins today, as they certainly have shown the better team in the first half, but Texans can come back. But if the Ravens end up winning the AFC North, Texans will be playing the Steelers in week 1 of the playoffs. Other games on tap here this week. Thursday Night Football has the Bears hosting the Seahawks. A little news on the Bears. Of course, they fired Matt Eberflus in November during the season. One of the names that has surfaced for that head coaching job here in the last few days is Pete Carroll. The 73-year-old Carroll been out of work since the Seahawks fired him last season. Of course, he led Seattle to 10 playoff appearances in his 14 seasons in the Pacific Northwest. 3 games on tap Saturday this weekend. The Chargers play the Patriots in New England. Chargers at 9-6 will clinch a wild card spot with a win this week. Denver takes on the Bengals in Cincinnati. The Broncos also can clinch a wild card spot if they can beat the Bengals in Cincy. Saturday night wraps up with the Rams hosting the Cardinals. LA looking to hold on to first place in the NFC West, where they lead Seattle by a game. Sunday has the Titans playing the Jags in Jacksonville. Buffalo at home against the Jets. Christian Watson, one of the Packers' big weapons, went down Monday night with a knee injury. The Packers got some good news today as their team doctors determined Watson has just a bone bruise, nothing that will keep him out for an extended period. That's important because the Packers are heading into an NFC North showdown in Minneapolis against the Vikings. Green Bay lost that first meeting at home 31-29. The Saints will be at home against the Raiders on Sunday. Indianapolis traveling to New York to the Meadowlands to take on the Giants. The Colts will be eliminated from the playoffs if they lose to the Giants or if the Chargers and Broncos win their games on Saturday. The Giants, meanwhile, can clinch the first pick in next year's draft if they lose their final 2 games. In Tampa, the Bucs will face the Panthers. Dolphins with another cold weather game on their schedule as they travel to Cleveland on Sunday. Dallas will be in Philadelphia to play the Eagles. Jalen Hurts, a question mark for that game, though, after he suffered a concussion last week. Sunday Night Football has the Commanders hosting the Falcons, and Week 17 closes out in San Francisco on Monday night. Detroit on the road against the Niners. The Lions can clinch the top seed in the NFC with a win this week if the Vikings lose to the Packers on Sunday. Here at NRG, well, if you were going to ask Santa for something special for Christmas, I don't think it would have been this. The Texans are in a big hole to the Ravens, trailing 17-2, but we've got 30 minutes of football to play once Beyonce wraps up this electric concert here at halftime. Texans looking to get their offense going after putting just 2 points on the board in the first half, those points coming on a safety. We'll see if they can flip the script here in the second half. Coming up, Mark Vandermeer will have a look at the first half stats. Andre Ware with his thoughts on how the Texans can get things turned around against Baltimore. I'm Robert Hensley. The Caesars Rewards Halftime Report continues after this message from your local station.
Hey everybody, it's Dale Earnhardt Jr. If you're a racing fan, Dirty Mo Media, they have the ultimate lineup for you, even in the off-season. From NASCAR drivers and crew members to industry insiders, we've got it all. Whether you're tuning in to Herman Schrader, Becoming Earnhardt Season 2, Door Bumper Clear, The Teardown, or even Speed Street for you IndyCar fans, we're covering every angle of motorsports in the off-season. Dirty Mo Media is your home for all things NASCAR now on the SiriusXM app and wherever you get your podcasts.
Sometimes you only get one look at greatness. After all, there's only one Andre Johnson. There's only one Lombardi Trophy, only one case of Super Bowl rings, and only one Hall of Fame gallery that houses the bronze bust of each Hall of Famer. And they all live in one place, the Pro Football Hall of Fame, where one look at greatness lives forever. Ignite the passion, relive the glory. Book your visit now at ProFootballHOF.com.
Here's what's happening on SiriusXM Sports.
First of 2 NFL games on Christmas Day is underway as the Steelers are hosting the Chiefs. Pittsburgh battling for the AFC North title. If the Chiefs win, they wrap up the top spot and the bye in the AFC. Get the play-by-play right now on NFL Radio Channel 88 and the SiriusXM app.
SiriusXM Sports. Wherever you are, your team plays here.
Don't miss a feast of festive football on SiriusXM FC. Ho, ho, ho. From the drama of the Premier League.
Merseyside magic from Mo
Salah.
To the excitement of Serie A.
What a start for Inter.
Enjoy your holiday season with the gift of live soccer.
Stupendously magnificent.
Courtesy of SiriusXM FC, channel 157 in the car, and the SiriusXM app. Head to SiriusXM.com/soccer schedule for all the match listings.
It's the best time of the fantasy year, the fantasy football playoffs. Whether you're in a position to take down the crown or if you're on to daily fantasy, the only place to turn is Fantasy Sports Radio. Get started weekday mornings with Roto Baller Radio at 6, followed by Fantasy Football Morning presented by Fantasy Points at 7, and then me, Jeff Ratcliffe, at 9. I'll deliver you the best hip-hop tracks and fantasy football insight and analysis for losing. Fantasy Sports Radio has you covered with myself, Jeff Ratcliffe, RotoWire Fantasy Sports Today, Fantasy Alarm, and so much more. Fantasy Sports Radio Channel 87 and on the SiriusXM app, where fantasy football championships are won.
Houston fans, hear what Coach Ryans and the players have to say after each game on the Texans channel. 812 on the SiriusXM app.
Halftime at NRG Stadium while Beyonce entertains with covers like Dolly Parton's Jolene and Blackbird by the Beatles. The Houston Texans are in the locker room trying to figure out, diagnose what went wrong on their way to a 17-2 deficit at the break. Numerous opportunities squandered as let's give you Texans leaders, brought to you by Houston Methodist leading medicine. Well, C.J. Stroud in this game, 11 of 20, 121 yards, quarterback rating 73. He's been off the mark on a few throws, pressured on a few others. Joe Mixon just 16 yards on 7 carries. Running game not materializing. Dario Gumbuale 2 carries for 12. Receiving department, Mechie leads the way with 3 catches for 36. Nico 2 for 29. Schultz 1 for 18. And Robert Woods a big catch, first down, 16-yard reception. Big moment in this one. The Texans down 10-0 after a Justin Tucker 52-yard field goal. They got some momentum, stopped a Ravens drive. Well, actually, they had a drive stop themselves. They punted 70 yards, Tommy Townsend. That was a repunt after a special teams penalty forced the Ravens or encouraged them to do it again. But Townsend got a great spin on the ball, got it to down inside the 5. On the next play, it was Kamari Lassiter with a TFL on Derrick Henry in the end zone. Good for a safety. 10-2 our count then. Ravens free kicked. Now Justin Tucker with the big leg from the 20-yard line. Not a punt free kick. They tee it up. And Dameon Pierce took it from 2 yards deep. 45-yard return. Texans had great field position, and they got it in a goal to go. But they were stopped. 4th and goal from the 4. Joe Mixon on a catch and run took it down to the 1. And that's all he could get. So they turned the ball over on downs. You're thinking, okay, stop the Ravens again. But the Ravens go 99 yards, a drive capped by a 9-yard touchdown pass from Lamar Jackson to Isaiah Likely, and that's what got them to 17-2. Now, late in the first half, C.J. Stroud was pressured and hit by Owe, and he had to leave the game for a play, but he did come back into the contest, so let's hope that C.J.'s okay. Mills came in for 1 snap, handed off, and that was it. So we'll find out more when the second half begins. The Texans will get the ball first to start the third quarter. Now, we're going to break format a little bit here with the extended Super Bowl-like halftime show and get you D'Amico Ryans with Johnny Harris. Now, they caught up right at the end of the first half. This is brought to you by Amegy Bank, the official business bank of the Houston Texans. Fellas?
Coach, what do you need for some momentum with this first drive out of the half?
Yeah, we got to come out, execute on third down. We got to be able to sustain drives, stay on the field, and we got to score in the red zone.
Defensively, we've had some stops, some not. What do you want to do defensively?
Yeah, we got to tackle. That's the first thing. We're not tackling well, and we're not plastering in coverage. The 2 things we talked about that we needed to do to win this game, we were not getting it done.
Coach, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, there's D'Amico Ryans saying tackling is a big problem. We gave you the Texans numbers. What about the Ravens? Derrick Henry, 94 yards on 15 carries, 6.3 per pop over his season average. And Lamar Jackson, 6 of 11 through the air for 147 yards. He's also got a run for 25. And when we get back, we'll give you the second half tune-up brought to you by Hyundai, the official car of the Houston Texans. That's coming
Something like Ring Central, the business phone system that's more than a phone. I want you to communicate like you can talk to anyone, anywhere, all from the same app. Now get out there and play like you're using Ring Central.
Ring Central. Simpler communications.
Hey Texan Nation, this season, Crown Royal is giving back to the hosts that make game day royal. To the fans that open their doors and celebrate game day around coffee tables of queso and kitchen islands of dip. Crown Royal believes if you live generously, life will treat you royally. So this NFL season, raise a glass for the hosts of every cookout and watch party and kick off with Crown. Visit crownroyal.com to find out more about how Crown is giving back to game day hosts this NFL season. Please drink responsibly.
We believe in champions at Texas Children's Orthopedics. The runners, the receivers, the strikers, the dreamers. As the only children's hospital partnered with the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Medical Network, our nationally ranked team brings a caliber of care normally reserved for professional athletes to every patient. Because we champion one thing above all. You. Texas Children's. The difference is life-changing.
Hi, Lady Texans fans. Want to take your fandom to the next level? Join the Battle Red Ladies, presented by Ashley, for free and enjoy endless, exciting opportunities. Together, Lady Texans fans chat about football at in-person events, enjoy exclusive contests, have the chance to be the Battle Red Lady of the Month for additional prizes, and so much more. Let's get together. Join now at HoustonTexans.com/fans.
Back at NRG Stadium as we await the taking down of the Beyonce setup and the players slowly making their way back out of the field here as Texans coaches are coming out, Ravens players are coming out. Second half tune-up on the way here, brought to you by Hyundai, the official car of the Houston Texans. Dre, the Texans unable to get much going offensively. Some good throws by CJ, but also some off-the-mark throws. Your take, as running has been really difficult. Mixon, 7 carries, 16 yards.
Yeah, consistency has been a problem for this offense, and at times in the first quarter for the defense as well. Special teams has shown up, but you need the other two to play with a little more consistency, especially the offense. They seem to have gotten a handle on Derrick Henry after he ran wild in the first quarter. Now you've got to come out. Let's go see if you can score, get yourself back in this game and make it a football game.
Got to find a way as they will get the ball first. And you mentioned they slowed down the progress of Derrick Henry a little bit. But the big play that's hurt them right now was that 63-yard catch and run by Mark Andrews on the great adjustment by Lamar Jackson, part of that 99-yard touchdown drive. If you're able to somehow come up with a stop there, who knows what happens. But, again, a 99-yard drive when you can ill afford to surrender anything.
Yeah, and then he came back and followed that with an avoidance of a sack, and then hitting Isaiah Likely on a scramble drill that, I hadn't seen all year long. So it's been tough on the Texans when they think they've had Baltimore get kind of packaged up a little bit, and then all of a sudden you let your hair down or close your eyes for just a second, and then Andrews is running away in the secondary. It's been tough, but you got to find a way to get back in this game.
And they have to find a way to feel good about themselves again, don't they? They looked good against the Dolphins a week ago Sunday in getting that victory on a day where they clinched the division thanks to the Colts loss later that day to Denver. But the game against Kansas City, there were some moments, and they lost that one, and here they are down 17-2 in front of their home fans who just want to have a good time today.
Are the Colts still in the playoff run? They are dead yet.
They're mathematically
still
alive.
in it. That's what I thought I heard yesterday. Wouldn't it be like poetic justice for the Colts to come here at some if they get in?
Get me going here?
I just think it would be a great matchup with the Colts if they were the team that the Texans hosted in the first round.
Well, I'm still surprised that the league didn't find a way to schedule a Texans-Colts game this late in the season somehow, some way. Like the last one, like
always
last year.
matters.
Yep,
no doubt.
Should be, and it even mattered 2 years ago when they were playing to see if the Texans were going to get the number 1 pick or not. But it's 17-2. The Texans will get the ball first, and the kickoff brought to you by Paramount Plus. Texans playoff football is in the air, and Paramount Plus is your home to stream every NFL on CBS playoff game. Visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started today. Houston in the H-Town uniforms to get the ball south end zone. As the return men today, Damian Pierce, of course, and Daria Gunbowale. Stout, the punter, will kick off to begin the third quarter, and away we go at smoky NRG Stadium. And this one is dropped in the back of the end zone. Did that go through the uprights? I think it had a shot. Anyway, here comes the Houston offense trying to get untracked here. Again, some moments, but not enough. And no points by the offense. The defense scored on the safety. C.J. Stroud. Robert Woods is in the game. He was dropped, had to leave the game late in the first half, but came back just out for one play. Mix into the backfield, Stroud under center. First down, Texans. Now they'll go with the offset eye. C.J. fakes the get. Sets up in the pocket. Steps up and tries to unload over the middle to Mixon, and he took a shot. Incomplete. Just went for the short range to Mixon, but he couldn't get anything accurate on the football.
Yeah, by the time he saw Mixon and got ready to check it down, the entire pocket had collapsed around him. He had to actually jump to try to get that one to Mixon and still was unable to do so.
2nd and 10 from the Houston 30-yard line, 17-2 Ravens to start the third quarter. Stroud in the gun. Mixon shifts to his right. Here's Mechie in motion to the left. On 2nd and 10 from the Houston 30, Ravens sending extra people. Stroud, he's going to run. Takes it across the 30, 35, and belted down across the 37-yard line. Van Noy there with a hit along with Matabike. At least CJ creates 3rd down and 3, and he's just walking gingerly back to the pocket.
Yeah, he got away from Malik Harrison initially, and he never saw him. Malik Harrison swung low and missed the legs of C.J. Stroud. That allowed him to scramble for the 7 yards or so, 8 yards that you call it.
3rd down and less than 3 yards across the Houston 37-yard line. Nico in motion to the right, Stroud in the gun. Here's the snap. CJ looking, stepping out to the right, and he's going to throw it downfield, and it's intercepted inside the 40-yard line. It's taken by Kyle Hamilton, the safety, getting in front of the target, and Stroud throws a pick on the opening possession of the third quarter. And CJ's not well. He's kind of hunched over. He took a shot by Matabike late, or relatively late, just going down to the ground. It was a legal hit.
I told you and John during one of our breaks that something about him seems off. He is not playing like the CJ we're accustomed to seeing. He's not playing as though he's 100%. And I don't know if there's some carryover from last Saturday's game, but that was it's been an unlike CJ type of evening, so to speak.
That's 3 picks in the last 2 games for Stroud, and the Ravens have the ball at their 39-yard line, threatening to blow this one open. Up 17-2 with 14:06 to go in the third. Lamar Jackson in the gun, one back Derrick Henry. Texans 8 in the box here. Flowers in motion to the left. Handoff Henry. Off the edge he goes. 45, 50, and down at the 48-yard line of Houston as he picks up 13 on his opening play of the third quarter.
That puts him at 107 already for the game. At halftime, he had 94 yards on 15 carries and averaging over 6 yards a carry. That one put him over the century mark.
Eric Murray helping on the stop. 8 100-yard games. Henry, 3 men in the backfield now. Henry, one of them, with Lamar Jackson in the middle of that diamond set, and Jackson with the keeper right side across the 45, 40, 30, right sideline, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Lamar Jackson.
He was toying with Bullock on the back end because he knew Bullock couldn't run him down. He goes that distance, Mark, untouched to the end zone.
48-yard touchdown run, Lamar Jackson. As the Ravens are up 23-2 with the extra point on the way.
Wow.
Heartbreaking. Jackson untouched into the end zone. The Texans look gassed. Extra point on the way. Justin Tucker up and good. And the Texans will get the ball back right away because they surrendered a touchdown in 2 plays after the Stroud pick. 24-2, Houston down 13-22 to go in the third. This is Texans Radio.
It's always football season in Texas, and Reliant is bringing the energy, powering game day for the Houston Texans and Texans fans across the Lone Star State. Reliant is the only energy provider trusted by the Houston Texans to power every electric moment for the fans in the stands or on the couch this season and beyond. Reliant, proud to be the official energy provider of your Houston Texans.
Reliant, PUCT number 10007.
As the official ticket marketplace of the Houston Texans and the NFL, Ticketmaster has a wide selection of tickets available for every game. Whether you're cheering on the Texans at home or away, Ticketmaster has you covered. With Ticketmaster's interactive seat map, you'll get a 360-degree preview of your seat so you can make sure you have the best view of those pivotal plays. Plus, the Ticketmaster app makes it easy to sell or transfer tickets if your plans change. And mobile tickets make getting in on game day a breeze. Find tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Houston Texans.
It starts with a simple order. A cold Dos Equis dressed with salt and lime. But for the salt clinging to the bottle and the lime perched on top, this is the luckiest of unions. As if the universe has swiped right, pairing flavors together with a crisp Dos Equis. This is refreshment designed by fate, blessed by destiny, and served by bartenders. Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2024 Dos Equis, imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
13:22 to go here in the third quarter. The Texans just surrendered a touchdown to Lamar Jackson, 48-yard rushing TD after Derrick Henry ripped off a 13-yard run to start the possession. That followed a C.J. Stroud pick on the opening possession of the third quarter. Houston down 22 points. 13:22 to go in the third, and let's go down to the field and check in with John Harris for the first time this half.
Defensively, that was inexcusable. All eyes going to the play fake, and Lamar had not pulled one. They were just waiting, lying in wait. Your eyes are going to get lazy. You're going to get frustrated. Henry just hammered you for 13. You chase him. Even Bullock in the back, he was chasing Henry. So that's why he's got no angle on Lamar, and then Lamar ran through the end zone and threw the ball right at the Texans logo. He's got no respect for the Texans right now. He's just really sticking it to him. So either you're going to stand up and fight, or we're going to go home 48-2.
After that touchdown run, after however many years of Lamar playing quarterback in this league, this is year number 7. I now understand why he didn't run the 40 at the combine. Because someone would have positioned him to play another position.
Yeah, so he was pretty quick on that run.
So he was smart not to do so.
You're saying 27-year-old Lamar Jackson still has the wheels.
Oh, yeah.
Here's the kickoff. Touchback. These are going out of the back of the end zone. Texans back at the 30-yard line to start possession number 2 of the third quarter. Got to get something just to light a fuse. Mechie and Woods in there at receiver along with Nico Collins. And now it's game plan aborted. Got to figure out a way to move the football any which way you can.
Well, I would take the 2-minute approach, especially if you're having any success on first and second down.
First down from the 30 of Houston. Stroud under center with Mixon in the backfield. Joe gets fed over right guard, 2 yards. And getting there first was Broderick Washington, a 5th-year defensive lineman from Texas Tech. So 2-yard run Mixon.
And say what you want to about this defense, where it's not up to Ravens standards. They shut down the run. They only allow 83 yards a game. That leads the NFL. 3.6 yards per carry. That also leads the NFL.
Second down and 8 from the Houston 32. Bunch formation right, one back. Here's Stroud. Faking the give. There's immediate pressure. CJ's going to be sacked off the edge. Here comes Board to make the sack. A linebacker who was untouched into the backfield, and there was nothing CJ Stroud could do about it. Now it's 3rd and forever.
His first sack of the year.
Well, we mentioned earlier, they have sacks from all over the place, these Ravens.
It's really Van Noy that's kind of run away with a lead.
Oh, yeah.
But everyone else contributes. Washington, one of the safeties, he's got a sack. Kyle Hamilton, he's got 2 sacks. They bring pressure from everywhere.
3rd down and 17 from the Houston 23. Stroud in the gun, one back with him. Bunch formation, and CJ immediate pressure, throws right side, hits Schultz, who can't get free from the defender at the 26-yard line, brought down by Stevens, and it's 4th down and about 14.
John Harris, there was a 3-man rush there, correct?
4-man.
4-man, and someone comes scot-free.
Yep.
On C.J. Stroud. How in the world does that
Communication
happen?
on the right side, Dre, from center Jarrett Patterson all the way out to right tackle. Total miscommunication over there allowed Washington to break free.
Tommy Townsend with a low drive, and here comes the catch at the 34-yard line, and Sims is finally brought down at the 37-yard line. Looked like he might have a chance to turn the corner, but did not. As Jamal Hill got on him, the rookie linebacker, and the Texans are back on defense in a touchy situation, to say the least. 24-2. They trail the Ravens at home with 11:21 to go. 3rd quarter. We'll be back after this message from your local station.
Touchdown, Houston! Texans fans, get more of the great content you crave right now on the Sirius XM app. Just search Houston Texans on the app and tap the favorite star. You not only hear the game with your hometown announcers, but you'll also get access to the pre- and post-game shows. And come back during the week for extra Texans content, including coach and player press conferences, special team-specific shows, interviews, and much more. It's all on the Sirius XM app. Download it and search Houston Texans today.
Here's what's happening on Sirius XM Sports.
First of 2 NFL games on Christmas Day is underway as the Steelers are hosting the Chiefs. Pittsburgh battling for the AFC North title. If the Chiefs win, they wrap up the top spot and the bye in the AFC. Get the play-by-play right now on NFL Radio Channel 88 and the Sirius XM app.
Sirius XM Sports. Wherever you are, your team plays here.
Hey everybody, Steve Torrey here, program director and host on Mad Dog Sports Radio. Hope you'll join us during this holiday season for Mad Dog Sports Radio presents The Year in Sports 2024. We'll relive all the top moments of the sports year through the eyes of all of your favorite Mad Dog Sports Radio hosts. You'll hear about the NFL, Major League Baseball, the NBA, and the sports legends we lost. Mad Dog Sports Radio presents The Year in Sports 2024. Debuts Christmas Eve on Channel 82, or listen anytime on the Sirius XM app.
You're listening to the NFL.
Touchdown, Houston!
On Sirius XM.
It's great to have you listening to Texans football all over the Lone Star State and beyond. We wish the result so far was better, but we're brought to you by Mustang Cat, building Texas, powering the world. Hope to build a comeback here, down 24-2, 11:21 to go. 3rd quarter, Texans back on defense. Offense, unable to move the ball. Opening drive, 3rd quarter, pick. Next drive, sack, 3 and out. Let's go down to the field and check in with John Harris.
Yeah, those last 2 sacks are just completely inexcusable. You have Chris Board coming off the edge, and your running back doesn't pick him up and doesn't even find him and lets Board have a free run. And then in the second sack, as we just talked about, miscommunication on the right side. So when the looper comes through, the center for the Texans is all the way to the right. Well, there's nobody there. Titus is over to the left picking up his guy, and now Broderick Washington is running right free to C.J. Stroud. It's just miscommunication that's got to be cleared up.
Lamar Jackson has the pistol set operating with Henry the tailback. 1st down, Ravens at their 38-yard line to begin this possession. Flowers in motion to the right, handoff Henry, and works off a tackler to get across the 40 and down at the 43-yard line of the Ravens. Picks up some good yardage here. Murray with the stop. That's a 6-yard gain on 1st down for Derrick Henry.
And that's basically what he's averaged every carry, which makes it tough on a defense. That's bleeding you slow with small cuts, and he's having his way right now in the running game.
2nd and 4 at the Ravens 44. Jackson shotgun. Henry to his left. Flowers motioning around the right side. Now Likely steps out left wing. On 2nd and 4, Jackson looks it over, sends Flowers out to the left side as He'll hand off to Henry again. Why not? Henry swarmed upon at the 45-yard line, 3 yards short of a first down. That time they hold him to 1.
And the difference,
Derek Barnett gets there first.
Yeah, the difference there, Mark, is they got some penetration. So it stops Henry in his tracks. It's hard for him, because he's so big, to get himself started again. But if you allow him to come downhill and he reaches the line of scrimmage without having to reroute himself, it's going to be that makes it a long game.
Will and Hunter checked in for Houston on this 3rd and 3 for the Ravens from their 45-yard line. Mitchell motioning around the backfield. He'll set up to the right of Lamar Jackson, who's in the gun. Here's the snap. And Jackson on the keeper right side. He's going to run across the 50. First down, easy pickings. Runs out of bounds comfortably at the Houston 47-yard line.
Pretty much
so aggravating. An 8-yard run. Fresh set of downs.
Yeah, pretty much the same play that he took to the house. They bring the back across the formation. Play fake to him. There, I think it was Keaton Mitchell. And then Lamar keeps the ball. And you don't know he's got it until he's already out-leveraged the defense. Now you're in protection mode where you're trying to get an angle to keep him from turning up the field.
First down, Ravens at the Houston 47. Jackson shotgun, one back Henry. Jackson to throw and eases it out to Henry left side. Henry is going to be brought down at the 44-yard line. A flag is down. Could be a horse collar on Christian
It's
Harris.
either a horse collar or a face mask. And Henry's a big man to bring down. You got to try to get him down any way you possibly can. And I think that's exactly what happened. Maybe a horse collar
both.
Or a face mask.
He got a little bit of the face mask, then got the collar for sure.
Personal foul, face mask, number 48 defense. 15-yard penalty from the end of the play. Automatic first down.
4th penalty of the game for the Texans as this game is sliding into a ditch. And the defense giving up a touchdown in this quarter, and now having to deal with a Ravens first down at the 28-yard line.
I'd almost take the penalty, though, because if Henry shakes him off,
it's a touchdown.
It's 6.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line. 3 men in the backfield with Jackson in the middle. He'll hand off to Henry running left, and Henry down at the 25-yard line. This is a 3-yard pickup as Christian Harris and friends, Daniil Hunter, one of them, they get up and reload for the 2nd down and 7 for Baltimore, which has a 24-2 lead with 8:50 to go in the 3rd quarter. And the Ravens looking for their 11th win of the year. Texans looking for their 10th win of the year. The Ravens seeing Pittsburgh lose earlier today at home to Kansas City. They're in the driver's seat of the AFC North now.
Can you give me one other combination or team that had Heisman Trophy winning quarterback and a Heisman Trophy winning running back in the same backfield?
Give me a second. Here's Jackson stepping out to his right, unloading. Henry takes it across the 15 and down to the 11-yard line. First down, Ravens. As throwing the ball to Derrick Henry feels unfair, and he gets a fresh set of downs at the Houston 11.
Just showing you his versatility. He can do it all. He is a 3-down back that never really has to come out of the game, because if you've seen some of the ways he trains, you know he's going to come to camp in shape, ready to go every single year, which is why he can continue to produce 1,500-yard seasons.
Go with the diamond set in the backfield, and Henry again up the middle to the 8-yard line as Tommy Togiai got a little backfield penetration. Derek Barnett helped with the stop. It's 2nd down and 7 at the Houston 8. They can get the first down inside the 1. And I want to bring up something to you, my friend, after this possession. 7.5 to go, 3rd quarter. Ravens up 24-2, looking for more here.
Okay.
As they're in good shape in the AFC North if they hold on to this one. Jackson under center. Fakes the give. Boots out to the right. Steps up. Jackson being chased down by Horton. Jackson running with it across the 5, and he's down inside the 2. Where are they going to mark him? Just about at the 2.
Close to the first down marker, but about half a yard shy of being there. And they're going to bring in the heavy package right now.
So they'll go to the 2. It's 3rd down and less than a yard. Texans trying to stop the bleeding right here, but it's going to be tough.
Guess who's getting it right here?
I would imagine it would be number 22, Derrick Henry. However, you could show it to him and do a whole lot of other stuff with it.
They just brought Ricard in. He's getting the ball.
Here's Henry over right guard. He's got the first down, but not the touchdown. He gets inside the 1. First and goal, Ravens. Inside the 1-yard line.
Don't be surprised if they don't come back with the exact same thing, but they're changing personnel. Actually going to get a little bit bigger. They're taking a receiver out and bringing in another tight end.
Boy, this is painful. Ravens starting this drive in their own territory. It's been the Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson show. First and goal, inside the 1, offset I formation. Jackson throws back of the end zone, wide open. Mark Andrews. Touchdown, Baltimore, as they get to the 30-point mark. The Ravens stole Christmas.
That's 2 touchdown passes. Now for Lamar Jackson, puts him at 39 on the year with still, basically the rest of this half and another full game to add to it.
33-yard extra point on the way between the hashes. Texans with that deuce on the board. The safety by Lassiter. Here's the extra point. It's up. It's good. 31-2. Texans get it back next. Third possession, third quarter. 5:50 to go in the third. This is Texans Radio.
You know what having fun your way is really like? It's never-ending options and rewards at over 50 destinations nationwide. It's Caesars Rewards. Dine at Hell's Kitchen at Caesars Palace, Las Vegas. Party the night away at Harrah's, New Orleans. Or bet big on table games at Horseshoe, Bossier City. With Caesars Rewards, you earn benefits for every way you play. Book your trip at Caesars.com and sign up for Caesars Rewards today. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Know when to stop before you start. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
After the end of a good fight, you deserve an ice-cold reward. Modelo is the mark of a fighter. You've earned this rich golden lager with a crisp, refreshing taste. Because you know, the bigger the fight, the better the reward. You put in the hours, the energy, the tough labor. You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
How close can you get with Verizon Access? Front row close. Red carpet close.
Oh my God!
Backstage passes close. Playing quarterback for your favorite NFL team close. Okay, not that close. But watching from the sidelines close? You bet. Get into the experiences you love, like concerts, games, and exclusive pre-sales just for being a Verizon customer. Verizon Access, you're in. Woo! Learn more at Verizon.com/access.
Back at NRG Stadium, the Baltimore Ravens lead the Texans 31-2. It's the Buffalo Wild Wings scoreboard. Score 6 free wings at Buffalo Wild Wings when the Texans force a turnover. Visit HoustonTexans.com/BWW-promo for details. A final earlier in today saw the Chiefs take down the Steelers, moving to 15-1. That scored 29-10. Other games this weekend or over the weekend, Packers and Vikings, that's on Sunday. Cowboys and Eagles on Sunday. The Saturday matchups, see the Seattle Seahawks going to Chicago to take on the Bears. Chargers at the Patriots. Broncos at the Bengals. And the Cardinals will go to L.A. to take on the Rams.
31-2. Texans down, about to get the ball back. Let's go down to the field and check it with Johnny Harris. John.
At this point, it's about positive offensive possessions. You're down 29. You come back's a miracle, but you've got to start executing offensively and get yourself ready for Tennessee, get yourself ready for the playoffs. That's what it's got to be from here on out.
Well, it has to be, and we'll talk about that because this score has clearly gotten out of hand. Not that you can't do something about it as you're down 29 points to one of the premier franchises in this league. By the way, Dre.
Yeah.
Robert Hensley helped me out with this one. I was thinking Staubach and Tony Dorsett, but you and Barry Sanders, whenever you lined up in Detroit, there's two Heisman winners right there.
It's been a minute, and I had to think about it myself. I was like,
wait a minute. I won the Heisman
I'm part of
Trophy.
that question.
Yeah.
But no, that's a special group that they have, Lamar and Derrick Henry. My goodness.
Pistol set, CJ on first down for the Houston 30. Over the middle, he goes to X, and he slithers by a tackler across the 40, down at the 43-yard line. But hit by Roquan Smith. Good drive starter, 13 yards.
Does well for his confidence as well. A couple of catches in this game for Xavier Hutchinson.
Texans in hurry-up mode, of course, here in the third. Down 29 points. CJ in the gun, one back. Pierce blows up a blocker. Here's a throw to the right side, downfield, 14 yards incomplete. And that was intended for Xavier Hutchinson with the coverage by Wiggins. So let me ask you this. You play next against Tennessee a week from Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And that game, in all likelihood, does not affect anything because you're pretty much locked in, 4 seed right now. You won your division. You're in the postseason, probably playing Pittsburgh here on Wild Card weekend. So do you rest guys in that last game?
Nope.
And maybe if you're out of reach here at some point, do you call in the cavalry? Here's Stroud on 2nd and 10, throwing underneath and got a man across the 47-yard line. Mechie tagged down by Wiggins, and that makes it 3rd and about 5.
You're going to have just about an 11-day period between this game and the next one you play.
Yep.
That's enough rest. Because what you add on to that by not playing in a game
2.5
against
weeks.
Tennessee, 1, they sweep you, and 2, you are rusty as all get out going into the playoffs.
So unless it's a health situation, go ahead and play.
Exactly right.
3rd down and 5 for the Houston 48. 3 receivers left after motion, wide side of the field. Here's pressure as Stroud stands in, fires the ball downfield left, has Nico inside the 25-yard line, out of bounds there as the coverage was by Hamilton, but got there late, and the Texans have the ball near the red zone. Something brewing here with 4:37 to go in the third. Down 31-2, 30-yard gain to Nico Collins.
Yeah, he had Oweh right in his lap, and he knew he was going to get hit. Stood in there, took the hit, and delivered a nice dime to Nico.
First down at the Raven 22. Here's pressure. CJ escapes to the right side. CJ looking, and runs out of bounds across the line of scrimmage.
Oh, Oweh again with the pressure, and he had CJ dead to rights. He just missed him, and that allowed CJ to get out of the pocket, pick up a nice gain on first down, and the Texans nearing the red zone, right around the 22-yard line or so.
4:05 to go, third quarter, 31-2. Houston trying to get something going. No offensive scores. 2 points courtesy of Kamari Lassiter's safety tackle on Derrick Henry in the first half. 2nd and 10 at the Baltimore 22. CJ in the gun, one back. Stroud gets the snap. Looking. He's got time. Now he steps to the right. CJ with pressure. Fires to the right sideline. Comebacker is caught. Not for a first down, but a good gain to Mechie along the right sideline. At the 14, it's 3rd and 2.
Yeah, they're going to put the ball right at about the 15-yard line.
3rd and 3.
And it doesn't matter at this point what it is. It's 4-down territory. Field goals aren't going to do anything for you. You got to get first downs and find a way to get into the end zone ultimately.
It's 3rd down and 3 at the Baltimore 15. Just get a score of any kind. Stroud looks it over. 10 on the play clock. They got to get going here. Down to 8. CJ in the gun. One back. 2 receivers left. Wide side of the field on 3rd down and 3. Here's Stroud taking the snap. CJ looking. CJ stepping up. He's sacked. Drop by Matabike. And it's 4th down and longer than we just had. So it's 4th down at about 6. You got to go for it.
Yeah, he just beat Kendrick Green inside and went right around him, found his way to CJ. And as we mentioned, it's 4-down territory here to the house with this lead the Ravens have.
Dre, it's 3rd and 3 at that point. You got to get the ball out fast to somebody. The play's got to be there.
Or
apparently it wasn't.
Throw it away so you remain in 4th and 3 rather than 4th down and 7.
At the 19-yard line of Baltimore, 4th and 7. Here's CJ in the gun, one back. CJ looking, CJ stepping around in the pocket, throws over the middle and got a man, but it looks short of a first down. Dario Gumboale with the catch. This is going to need a measurement. Now they're going to mark him short, it appears. Well, they gave it to him at the 12-yard line. And I wonder if Harbaugh's going to throw a flag here.
I think he will.
Because that's hesitate to call it a game changer in this situation, but it certainly helps the Texans keep their cause going.
It's why they're on the ball. Red flag
down.
comes out. I mean, that's a good, I think, good challenge on his part, just from a football standpoint, because it does make
Baltimore is
difference.
challenging the spot on the previous play.
We're looking at it on the monitor. Oh, he's short.
He's short based on where he landed.
He's short. Okay, they'll look at it. 31-2. Ravens in front. 1:41 to go in the third. Review underway. This is Texans Radio.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
Behind every door at Houston Methodist, you know what to expect. Expertise. Whether it's life-saving brain surgery, your 3D mammogram that catches breast cancer sooner, or orthopedic specialists helping you feel stronger than ever. With hundreds of doors across Houston, you can get expert care everywhere.
That's the difference between practicing medicine and leading it. Houston Methodist, leading medicine.
Martin's famous potato rolls are now being served at NRG Stadium. What makes Martin's potato rolls and bread exceptional? Martin's rolls and bread products are made with only high-quality ingredients that provide a sweet, buttery flavor and soft, pillowy texture that perfectly complement burgers, barbecue, hot dogs, or your favorite sandwich. When only the best will do, be sure to serve Martin's famous potato rolls and bread. Pick up a pack today. To find a store near you, visit PotatoRolls.com.
31-2, Ravens leading the Texans with a 2:10 mark to go here in the third quarter, as the Texans will not keep this football. That catch made by Dario Gumboale, but short of a first down. So here we go with the Ravens back on offense and a humongous lead of 29 points, 31-2. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Texans Radio.
Interact with our stable of former players, coaches, and executives all day long on SiriusXM NFL Radio Channel 88 and the SiriusXM app.
Stats brought to you by Kroger. Sign up for Kroger Boost today. C.J. Stroud has thrown a pick in this game. He's 16 of 28 for 179 yards. Joe Mixon 8 for 18. That's it. 18 yards running for Mixon. And Mechie has 5 catches for 48 yards. Nico 3 for 59. This has not been the Christmas we envisioned, as the Ravens are dominating the Houston Texans in all phases of the game. Houston gets a safety for its only points with 2:10 to go in the third. Ravens huddling up 1st and 10 from their 13-yard line. Pittsburgh losing today. Baltimore closing out this one will have a 1-game lead. They split the season series, and here's Mechie right to the 15-yard line, 2-yard pickup, or Henry rather, as Miles Bryant gets in there to make the stop.
You had me confused just for a second.
Yeah, my bad. My brain is in a fog at the moment. It's a little foggy in here after all the halftime theatrics with Beyonce. 2nd down and 8. From the 15-yard line of Baltimore, pistol set. Henry, the tailback, gets fed, running left, trying to bounce it to the outside. Lassiter going over, and he can't get him out of bounds with the proper angle, but finally does across the 22-yard line. It's 3rd down and 1.
That previous play was a heck of a tackle by Toa Toa. He found himself in the hole alone with Derrick Henry, and he does the smart thing, goes down around the ankles to get him down. without being run over. Because if you try to tackle him high, forget about it.
3rd down and 1 Ravens from their 22-yard line. Henry in the backfield, Jackson under center. Ricard in motion, now sets up offset eye as they'll feed Henry over left guard, and he gets just enough, it appears, across the 23-yard line. Let's see where they mark him.
I don't know, Mark.
Well, we'll find out. Barnett and Hansen in there to help with the play. And the official is saying they did not get it. Well, they're going to put it right near the 23-yard line. Do they have to measure this? I would want to see one if I'm John Harbaugh. All right, now they're going to adjust it. It's 1st down.
Now I want to see the measurement if I'm DeMeco Ryans.
Yeah. Now, what's that all about? It's not a 1st down. Oh, wait a minute. It is.
Yeah, that always gets under my skin when a flag is thrown and then they pick it up.
Yeah.
Well, what are you looking at? What did you see to throw the flag in the first place?
I like it when they pick it up when it's against Houston. At the 23-yard line of Baltimore, late in the 3rd, the quarter is going to expire and they'll switch ends. And we'll head to the final frame. The 3rd brought to you by CDW, people who get it. Texas Children's teaming up with the Houston Texans to encourage kids to play 60. And by Victory Live, connecting the world of live experiences. 4th quarter on the way. Texans down 31-2. This is Texans Radio.
Houston's hospitality market is on fire, and with Bayou Hospitality, your official partner of the Houston Texans, you can invest in hotels in the Houston area. Enjoy a 12% targeted return with opportunities starting at just $25,000. Something you definitely won't get from your bank. It's a smart, exciting way to grow your investment in a thriving city. Visit bayou.fund to get started today. Investment subject to risk. See website for details.
From sugar cookie crumbs in the kitchen to pine needles under the tree, count on Steel for Christmas cleanup made easy. With the SEA20 battery-powered handheld vacuum. Now just $99.99. Power up the holiday and give a gift from the top of their wish list. Visit your local Steel dealer today or shop online at steelusa.com. Was $159.99 MSRP. Includes battery and charger. Offer valid for a limited time only at participating dealers while supplies last.
What does it take to make the world's most awarded tequila? 1800 Tequila knows it takes dedication, down to every drop. It's more than just harvesting the finest blue agave. It's using it in a 200-year-old recipe recognized by tequila experts as the best in its class. So when you choose 1800 Tequila, you choose taste above all. 1800, the best taste in tequila. 1800 Tequila, Proximo, Jersey City, New Jersey. 21 and older, please drink responsibly.
The excitement is building for the 2024 Houston Texans season, and as a Lux member, you can access the Texans like no one else. Entertain your top clients and employees in a Texans Lux Game Day Suite while cheering on C.J. Stroud, Will Anderson Jr., and the rest of your Texans. Limited memberships are still available, but going quickly. Visit HoustonTexansLux.com now to schedule a private tour with our Lux team and secure your ticket to the best game day experience available.
Texans football is brought to you by Mustang Cat, building Texas, powering the world. Mustang Cat, great to have you listening. Not a great situation. 31-2, Houston down. And if this holds, it's the most lopsided loss in the DeMeco Ryans 2-year era so far. 4th quarter about to begin with the Ravens in possession with a 1st and 10 at the Baltimore 23. Let's visit John Harris along the sideline. Johnny.
You know, I was saying this during the break. I've seen a lot of good teams in my 11 years on the sideline. This team, they're the most complete team I think that I've seen. This performance today has been dominating in every way, shape, or form. And the Texans won the AFC South, and this team is doing whatever it wants to. If Lamar Jackson stays healthy, Derrick Henry stays healthy, this team can beat anybody in the AFC by 10 points each any game.
Well, they've had struggles along the way as well. Losing to the Raiders, losing to the Browns. From the 23-yard line, here's Henry, shot out of a cannon up the middle and brought down across the 33-yard line. Hansen helping. That's 7 yards by Derrick Henry to start the 4th quarter.
Just to see him hit the line of scrimmage the way he does, as big as he is, it's amazing.
I'm
the
perplexed.
Speed and the quickness at 250.
Dre, last year they got into the backfield. I know the line was different. They know what it takes to stop Derrick Henry. They did it last year. They're not doing it this year so far. 2nd down and 3 from the Ravens 30, back to the 9. Here's Henry again, over right guard, and just a bowling ball into some pins at the 33, so he gets to the 35 and moves the chain.
I'm going to help you out.
Okay.
I'm going to take all the mystery away from you.
Go ahead.
That Tennessee offensive line was nothing like this one. And you're talking guys that are experienced. They've been drafted. I mean, it's as good a line as we've seen all season. And they are taking care of business up front.
1st down, Ravens from their 35, offset I. Jackson digs in. Here's the give. Mitchell brought down at the line of scrimmage. So that's a nice change of pace for the Houston Texans defense.
Yeah.
As they clog up the middle, Tim Settle and friends, and it's 2nd down and 10.
And kind of to put a bow on this, Tennessee this year, and as well last year, they're kind of in a rebuilding phase on the offensive line. So you can control them with Derrick Henry running behind that offensive line. But when you put him in this situation,
right? Well, with Lamar Jackson,
it's almost unfair.
2nd down and 10, Ravens from their 35. All-time series, Baltimore leads it 10-2. Offset I formation, here's the give, and here's Mitchell again, brought down, and it's Dylan Horton getting there first, forcing 3rd and 10, Kurt Hinish helping, and here we go with an obvious pass situation, but that hasn't been easy either for this Houston defense.
Well, be on alert for a draw play or a screen, because looks like Mitchell's checking out, and Henry is coming back into the game.
Ravens 3 for 6 in 3rd downs. Took them a while to have their first 3rd down situation in this game.
Yeah, be aware of a draw play right here.
3rd down and 10, Ravens from their 35. And Lamar Jackson has Derrick Henry to his right. He's out of the gun. 3 receivers, wide side right. Jackson throws the receiver screen. Wallace, and he's brought down well short of a 1st down at the 38-yard line. Texans read it well, ran it down, and Baltimore will punt. It was Kamari Lassiter going over there to make the play. So Kamari, who has the TFL for a safety in this game, the only point scored by the Texans, makes the play on 3rd down there, and Houston will get the ball back. Robert Woods back deep, as Jordan Stout will punt toward the north end zone. Crowd thinning out here on Christmas Day. It's sad. 31-2 the count. Inside the 23, here's the snap on target. Stout delivers. Texans coming after it, and they don't quite get to him. And here's Woods with the fair catch at the 23 of Houston. So with 11:25 to go in the 4th quarter, the Texans have the ball, trailing 31-2. This is Texans Radio.
You know what having fun your way is really like? It's never-ending options and rewards at over 50 destinations nationwide. It's Caesars Rewards. Dine at Hell's Kitchen at Caesars Palace, Las Vegas. Party the night away at Harrah's, New Orleans. Or bet big on table games at Horseshoe, Bossier City. With Caesars Rewards, you earn benefits for every way you play. Book your trip at Caesars.com and sign up for Caesars Rewards today. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Know when to stop before you start. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Cancer is never just cancer. It affects your entire body. At Houston Methodist Neal Cancer Center, we have the expertise to treat all of you. Leading oncologists use the latest technology, research, and treatments to stop your cancer, while specialists minimize its effects on major organs. There's a better approach to cancer care that heals all of you. That's the difference between practicing medicine and leading it. Houston Methodist, leading medicine.
Are you an oblivious person, hogging the sidewalk like a large dying snail? Do people stuck behind you ask, how do you sleep at night? Then you should go to Mattress Firm. They have tons of quality beds at every price. So anyone, even people like you, apply. See store or website for details.
Back in NRG Stadium, where the Ravens lead the Texans 31-2. It's the Buffalo Wild Wings scoreboard. Score 6 free wings at Buffalo Wild Wings when the Texans force a turnover. Visit HoustonTexans.com/BWW promo for details. Final earlier in the day saw Kansas City take down the Steelers in Pittsburgh 29-10. Other games this weekend within the division. On Sunday, Titans and Jaguars, both 3-12, will do battle in Jacksonville. And then the Colts traveling up north to see the 2-13 Giants. That's a 1 o'clock Eastern kickoff.
All right. Texans will wrap up the regular season at Tennessee a week from Sunday. We presume Sunday. That game has not been officially scheduled yet, I don't believe, as they're waiting to set up the Week 18 matchups. But I would be shocked if that one was not on Sunday, because it has no bearing on postseason. Texans are already in, and in all likelihood will not be able to change their seeding. With the Ravens doing this to them today, and assuming they hang on, they'll get to 11 wins. Texans will be at 9 going into Week 18. Stroud in the gun here. Texans with a first down from their 22 to start this possession. CJ fakes to give and launches the ball deep down the left sideline and out of bounds. Nico Collins, the intended receiver, and he was covered by Brandon Stevens step for step. But CJ threw that one out of bounds. Didn't give Nico a shot at it, Dre.
Well, there was such good coverage by Stevens that you're supposed to leave about 4 yards along the sideline for the quarterback to fade you away before you get out of bounds. That Stevens just basically rode Nico right to the edge, and then the ball's thrown out of bounds.
2nd and 10, Mixon in the backfield gets a carry. Running left across the 25 and spins out of a tackle to the 30-yard line. Runs for 8 yards here as he sets up 3rd and 2. Dre, why don't they throw the ball more to Joe Mixon? I'm always curious about this because you want to get the ball in his hands one way or another, and Mixon on the day has 2 catches for 13 yards.
I've always thought it was because they were saving him for the end of the season, and then they would start to incorporate that, and then you don't give teams a tell of when you're going to do it if it's new to them. But your guess is as good as mine at this point.
3rd down and 2 from the Houston 30. One back, Mixon. Stroud out of the gun, gets the snap, throws underneath, and 2 wide of Schultz. Schultz was still near the numbers, and that one was going a bit outside. It's incomplete.
Nobody got separation for CJ. It's been tough, and they're contemplating going for it here, but if you don't get it,
I think you do it.
Then you're giving a very short field to the Ravens.
10:37 to go in the game, and they're going to punt on 4th and 2 from their 30. Now, easy for me to say.
Yeah, and if you're going to do it, you should have run it on 3rd down.
Good point. So you get 4th and very short, possibly. Well, Zachary Orr, the defensive coordinator for the Ravens, doing a great job this year, and DeMeco Ryans calls him a head coaching candidate. Here's a monster punt by Tommy and taken by Sims at the 10, running right, and Boyd's going to bring him down across the 11-yard line. Chris Boyd riding him down, and they're saying the ball's out, but it belongs to the Ravens.
We may see a new quarterback. Lamar Jackson just went up the tunnel and hasn't come back yet, so we may see Josh Johnson here in a second.
All right, Josh Johnson is going to come into this game with 10:24 to go in the 4th, and we'll let you know how that goes. 31-2, Texans trailing. We'll be back after this message from your local station.
Sometimes you only get one look at greatness. After all, there's only one Andre Johnson. There's only one Lombardi Trophy, only one case of Super Bowl rings, and only one Hall of Fame gallery that houses the bronze bust of each Hall of Famer. And they all live in one place, the Pro Football Hall of Fame, where one look at greatness lives forever. Ignite the passion, relive the glory. Book your visit now at ProFootballHOF.com.
Every NFL Sunday, you'll hear all the big plays on SiriusXM NFL Radio's Sunday Drive.
Touchdown, Buffalo!
Follow the entire league without changing the channel.
Chiefs are in the red zone. Let's go out to Kansas City.
Plus, fantasy football updates and post-game interviews.
From Baltimore, tight end Mark Andrews.
The Sunday Drive brings you closer to the NFL. Sundays noon to 8 Eastern on NFL Radio Channel 88 in the car and on the SiriusXM app.
Touchdown!
throughout the 2024 season. Each NFL team channel on the Sirius XM app will feature the team's pre- and post-game shows before and after every game.
What's given me confidence is how they've responded to adversity.
Get instant reaction, live interviews, and press conference audio. Now your favorite team's broadcast includes their pre- and post-game shows all season long on the Sirius XM app. All 32 team channels are also available in vehicles equipped with Sirius XM 360L radios.
Houston fans, hear what Coach Ryans and the players have to say after each game on the Texans channel. 812 on the Sirius XM app.
Huddle Against Hunger, presented by Kroger's, a free downloadable curriculum for teachers and parents. Visit HoustonTexans.com/Huddle Against Hunger to join the fight today. Not enough fight for the Houston Texans, trailing 31-2 with 10:24 to go in the fourth quarter. Let's go to the field and check in with John Harris. Johnny.
Well, I wish I had some good news. Maybe Josh Johnson going in the game is good news, and Derrick Henry on the sideline. So, defense can get some reps. Delshon Phillips in the game, Jeff Okudah, MJ Stewart. Some backups are in the game. Got to play. Got to play some with some heart right here. Hopefully, get this one over with, get home, and recuperate for Tennessee.
I don't know what it is about Christmas Day, but the last time the Texans played on Christmas Day, they lost to the Steelers 34-6. Now, that was a year where they had so many injuries. This year, you'd hope for a whole lot better with, yes, there are some injuries, but this team, champions of the AFC South, down 31-2. At the 11-yard line, Josh Johnson is your quarterback with Mitchell in the backfield. Pistol set from the 11, 1st and 10. Mitchell running right. He's got yardage across the 15 to the 18-yard line. That's 7 yards. And it looks kind of like it did with Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson in the game. Togiai with the stop.
Yeah, with a big gain on first down of 7. Looks exactly like Derrick Henry running the football.
Derrick Henry, 143 yards on 26 carries and a touchdown, 5.5 per pop. Here's 2nd down and 3, Ravens at their 18-yard line. Offset I formation. Johnson digs in, feeds Mitchell up the middle, and second effort has the first down to the 22-yard line. So on 2 runs, they move the sticks. 9.5 to go, fourth quarter. Texans down 31-2.
This is a kid getting carries in his 2nd year out of East Carolina. Didn't have a carry coming into this game. They've basically turned the fourth quarter over to Mitchell at running back and Josh Johnson at quarterback with Lamar out.
Johnson, 10th year out of San Diego. That's accredited. Offset I formation, first down, Ravens at their 22-yard line. Mitchell again. And tries to leak out to the right side. D'Angelo Ross gets him down after he tried to squeeze away from the tackle by Neville Hewitt. 1-yard pickup.
10th year for Josh Johnson. 14th team.
Yep.
For Josh Johnson. John just asked me who his college coach was.
We know who that was.
Jim Harbaugh.
Yeah, the head coach's brother.
University of San Diego.
Head coach of the Ravens' brother. Harbaugh's first head coaching job. Jim Harbaugh's first. 2nd down and 9 from the Ravens' 23-yard line. Handoff, Mitchell again trying to bounce it outside and ridden down from behind by Kurt Hinish just across the 25-yard line. 3rd down on the way.
Got an offsides penalty, so they'll take the yardage and keep the down.
What is this?
Offside.
Offside. Right. 95 defense. 5-yard penalty. Replay. 2nd down.
You helped them out. As you said, take the yardage, keep the down.
Hey, the days may be over for Lamar Jackson. It's not for Derrick Henry. He's checking back in.
Wow. I thought he might be done for sure.
So did I, and here he comes again.
You'd hate to risk anything if you're a Raven. And Derrick Henry checks back into the game. As Johnny thought out loud, is he trying to go for 200 here? He's got 143. Second down and 4 across the 28-yard line of Baltimore. Offset I formation. Here's Henry, right side run, pounding through people to get it to the 33-yard line, first down.
Mark, you see the difference in a guy like Derrick Henry and Keaton Mitchell. Mitchell's just kind of finding his way, feeling his way through the hole. Derrick Henry's an experienced player. He is full speed going through the hole. There is a distinct difference in how they attack the line of scrimmage, and it's frightening if you're on the other side with 22 coming at you downhill.
Well, I'd love to see the Texans offense get on the field again, because it's frightening to see only 2 points on the board for Houston. But here's a Ravens first down from their 33-yard line. Josh Johnson in the gun. Handoff Mitchell running left and gang tackled across the 35-yard line. 2-yard gain as Del'Shawn Phillips, one of the tacklers in there, just checked back into the game. Tim Settle walked off gingerly. He's being checked out on the bench.
Yeah, I'd be totally surprised if the Ravens throw another pass from here to the finish. 6:40 and some change left. I doubt that they're going to throw the ball at any point in this game.
And if the Texans get it back, Dre, there's no way I'm putting C.J. Stroud back into this game.
No.
Clock.
Or Joe Mixon, for that matter.
Down to 6:27 and running. Second down and 8. Here's a toss to Mitchell running right, and he's going to be brought down across the 38-yard line, 4 yards short of a first down. Texans defense stringing that one out as Del'Shawn back in another tackle situation, forcing a third down, and let's call it 5. 3rd and 5 from the 38-yard line of Baltimore.
And Patrick Ricard, the big fullback slash defensive lineman, into the game for Baltimore. That's a luxury. When you have a guy 6'3", 300 that can move and block like he can, oh my goodness.
Mitchell, the lone back on 3rd and 5, Ravens from their 38. Johnson fakes the give, sets up in the pocket, throws downfield to his left, and he finds the receiver out of bounds at the 45-yard line of Houston, Anthony Miller.
I stand corrected. They did put it in the air. They got Zay Flowers matched against Okudah, turned him around, and was wide open along the sideline.
No, that was Miller.
Excuse me, Miller.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I'd be surprised if Flowers was still in the game as well.
That's what I was thinking about. They'll mark the ball at the 46-yard line of Houston. The clock is running with 5:10 to go in the fourth quarter, and the Ravens in total control for a long time in this one, 31-2.
A couple of backup offensive linemen in the game as well for the Ravens.
And a flag down. It looks like it's against Baltimore.
This could be a clock violation.
All-star,
nope.
number 42 offense. 5-yard penalty.
Third penalty of the game for the Ravens. So the Texans will play the Titans next weekend with really nothing on the line except getting into rhythm for the postseason. So we'll see how they handle that personnel-wise, as they'll be home on Wild Card weekend, and it could be Pittsburgh, as the Ravens are in control of the AFC North now with a 1-game lead after this one. 1st and 15, handoff Mitchell trying to get through a hole right side. Gets a little bit of yardage, but the thing closes up quickly as Neville Hewitt makes the stop.
Yeah, and when it closes quickly, it gives you a chance to bring down a guy that's slowly hitting the hole like Mitchell does. It doesn't work out that way when it's a guy like Derrick Henry, and the difference is huge.
Yeah, Henry after contact, it feels like 3 or 4 minimum. Second down and 13, 4:30 to go, fourth quarter. Ravens at the Houston 49-yard line. 2nd and 13. Johnson under center. Here's the toss to Mitchell. Running left, and he's going to be belted. Hansen gets there first, then Phillips with the finish. And it's a TFL to the 50. 3rd down and 14 on the way for Baltimore.
Now this is where I bring some pressure. Try to get the ball out of Josh Johnson's hands, create a sack, fumble, something. If they want to drop back and throw it, I have a feeling it's going to be a screen play here.
3rd down and 14 at the 50. 2 receivers right, Wallace and Miller. Josh Johnson in the gun, 1 back, Mitchell. Johnson fakes the give. He's got time in the pocket. He guns it long down the left side and almost caught. A good shot at it for Devontae Walker, but he couldn't bring it in, the rookie from North Carolina, and the Ravens will punt. So they eat up a lot of clock. 3:32 to go in the fourth. And the Texans will get it back at least one more time here today with Robert Woods going back to try to return this punt. Ugly game for the Houston Texans.
From the jump.
Most lopsided situation that DeMeco Ryans has experienced as a head coach. The Jets game last year was the previous one. Now they can get closer on the scoreboard here. Woods is going to let this one bounce into the end zone, and Houston will take the ball at the 20. Texans offense back on the field, and we'll tell you if C.J. Stroud comes out, he won't. It's Davis Mills at quarterback for the Houston Texans late in this one. Kroger Boost stat sheet. Sign up for Kroger Boost today. Time of possession is out of control. 35 minutes for the Ravens, 21 for the Houston Texans. A 14-minute differential. And here's Mills. Davis under center with one back. Two receivers wide side left. First down Texans at the Houston 20. Five-man front. Mills hands off. And it's Dameon Pierce getting a couple to the 22-yard line as Washington makes the hit. 3:13 to go.
You're right back to the line of scrimmage, no huddle, or muddle huddle at best.
Well,
no, they decide to go ahead and huddle now.
The best thing you can say about this is whatever happens next, it's 0-0 in the playoffs with your opponent here in a couple of weeks. Mills under center on 2nd and 8. He hands off again. Pierce, nice run as he shakes by a block and takes it right then up the middle to about the 29-yard line. That's a 7-yard pop for Dameon Pierce, and it's 3rd down and 1. Mechie and Woods check in. Boy, the pace of this one and the situation feels more like not just 2 years ago, 3 years ago, the 2021 season.
Yeah.
A lot of lopsided games in that one. We were not expecting this one today. 3rd down and 1 from the Houston 34-yard line, or 29-yard line rather. 29-yard line, 3rd and 1. Mills in the pocket, throws over the middle and hits a man for a first down. Robert Woods at the 34-yard line, brought down immediately by Welsh. And the Texans move the sticks. 2-minute warning arrives. Texans try to mount a late scoring drive down 31-2 at NRG Stadium at the 2-minute warning. This is Texans Radio.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
In sports, there are those who stand for an unyielding determination, overcoming obstacles and winning against all odds. In life, there's one brand that can help you do that. That's Ford and the Ford Bronco family of SUVs. Folks, this is Texans head coach DeMeco Ryans. Ford Bronco and Bronco Sport offer the capability to take on life's everyday challenges. So Texans fans, stand tall, work hard, and be your best. Ford is the best in Texas.
Houston, gear up for game day with One Medical. We work with your insurance just like any other doctor's office, but we offer so much more. Get in-person and remote care from compassionate providers whenever you need it. From same or next day appointments that start on time to on-site drop-in lab services, we make it faster, easier, and more enjoyable to look after your health. We have also partnered with Houston Methodist for easier access to specialty care. Experience exceptional care for the entire family with One Medical. To learn more, visit onemedical.com today.
This quarter is brought to you by CDW, People Who Get It, by Texas Children's, teaming up with the Houston Texans to encourage kids to play 60 every day, and by Victory Live, connecting the world of live experiences. A very flat performance today flat in the beginning, and then it fell through the floor as the Texans are down 31-2 with 2 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. At the break, it was 17-2. There was hope at 10-2 after the Texans got a safety down 10-0. And then they got the ball back, of course, on the free kick. Good return, good drive, goal to go. But they fail on 4th and goal at the 4, and the Ravens go 99 yards from there to go up 17-2 and not look back. Let's look to the sideline now and check in with John Harris. Johnny?
Yeah, I'd like to see Davis Mills get a 2-minute situation. You don't get your backup quarterback 2-minute situations much, maybe once in practice during the week, but you got an opportunity now. My guess is he'll play against Tennessee. So let's get a nice little 2-minute situation, score, get some confidence, and then go to Nashville and let him run it in Nashville.
That's the bad part about it, though, Johnny. Their backup quarterback's playing too, but for a different reason.
Yeah, I know. Here we go. Texans first down at their 34, trying to get something on the board before the close. Handoff Pierce, starting right, cutting left, has a couple up to the 36-yard line. I'd love to see Mills in a true 2-minute here, and maybe they don't huddle, but it looks like they are. 1:47 to go. They'll huddle. Second down and 8, Houston. Really more like 2nd and 7 as they'll mark it between the 36 and 37. And Mills in no hurry to get this ball snapped. Delivers the play in the huddle. They're just killing time right now.
Yeah, it seems as though they're up 31-2 and in their 4-minute offense.
Yep. 1:20 to go in this game. Mills under center on 2nd and 7 at the Houston 37-yard line. Handoff. Pierce again. Can't dance away from the tacklers. Maybe gets a yard off to the left side as Washington plugged the hole. 1:07 to go. 1 snap left if they hand off. So disappointing. Christmas Day, packed house, toughest ticket of the year. Beyonce at the half, Netflix in the house, 7 TV trucks outside, but Houston unable to get a point on offense today. And now with the 3rd and 7, the fans who stayed are not going to be rewarded with any late game fireworks here, it appears. 3rd down at 7, another handoff, and another stop on the left side, and that's going to be it in this game. The Houston Texans will fall to Baltimore hard, 31-2. The Texans lose back-to-back to the Chiefs and Ravens and will wrap up the regular season a week from Sunday in Nashville against the Tennessee Titans. They're in the playoffs, but they have a lot of questions they need to answer before they get there. Ravens 31, Texans 2. We'll be back for the recap. This is Texans Radio.
Sky Vodka is now made with water enriched by Pacific minerals and filtered through California limestone. Sky Vodka, a smoother, fresher tasting vodka that's also gluten-free. Just in case you've ever wondered what a subtle ocean breeze tastes like. Sky Vodka, born from the blue. Sky Vodka distilled from grain, 40% alcohol by volume. 2021 Campari America, New York, New York. Please enjoy responsibly.
Hey, Texans fans, you're invited to Louisiana's largest casino resort, Coshada. Coshada Casino Resort has the largest and most spacious gaming floor in the Lake Charles area, with thousands of the newest slots, over 55 table games, live bingo, and off